This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Staples. We'll be getting plenty of sunshine today, clear skies, and highs in the mid to upper 40s. It's currently 35 in downtown Seattle. Let Staples help you this tax season with everything you need for less, from storage boxes and filing supplies to software like QuickBooks and TurboTax. And right now, get up to $15 off when you buy TurboTax. Ends 2/17/18, excludes TurboTax Basic. Staples, it's pro time. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Oh, no, I'm that guy. It is 5:47. I'm Danny Bonaducci. This is KZOK. Good morning.
Were you talking at the movie theater?
No, I'm not that
He's
guy.
not that guy.
No, I am. I am, in fact, that guy, but not recently. I've surpassed that guy with a new guy. You know, my guy, I identify, he identifies as a sidekick. I had a sidekick in Detroit. Very funny guy, a comic named John Heffron.
Oh, yeah.
And we did this segment that I'm assuming he came up with called That Guy. I don't really knew how it went. I don't remember how it went, but, you know, you'd, I don't know. What is, somebody that wore something that's only meant to be outside, wore his muddy boots inside. Don't be that guy. That was the bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm officially that guy. Little Tori will appreciate this, I think, or at least part of it. So Amy wants to do something nice on Friday, or Saturday, I think Friday. And she said, let's go to Mopop. Mm-hmm. And I said, all right. She said, there's that Mick Rocket guy there. You want to know something interesting about Mick Rocket, at least that I found? Is you know who he is?
Yeah.
Super famous photographer, took all the rock pictures of everybody in the whole wide world. That's his actual name.
That's
Mick
really
Rock.
cool.
Yeah, but that's his birth
It
name.
sounds fake.
I
Yeah.
worked with a morning DJs named Rumble and Thrower when I first started in radio, and I mocked them. And I'm like the new guy on the block, and I don't even have I'm hired because I'm train wreck ex-celebrity. Everybody's waiting for me to go wrong, and I'm beating these guys up in what I assume is just and have fun with it. You still call who's Rumble and Thrower? How do you get to be given names? Born Steve,
Really?
Steve Rumble and Rick Thrower.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very unhappy about that. So here's the thing. So I go to see the David Bowie exhibit, the Mick Rock pictures that he has taken.
Right.
And I get in, and a guy with a white dude with dreadlocks, which I'm already mad at you when you're a white dude with dreadlocks. I'm against you. You're an occupier. Although this occupier has a job, which makes him less of an occupier, but so what? I don't like you. I'm against you. And but I don't have a big vote in life. You don't have to go, oh my God, Danny Bonaducci, I like my dreads. What do I do? And he has a pierced nose too. Double whammy, I'm against you. But he couldn't have been more polite. And turns out he listens to the show. Big fan of all three of us. Big fan of your filthy forecast. And I always forgiven. Which, thank God, I didn't tell him anything was wrong anyway, but I forgave him.
Well, now he knows.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you kind of know who you are.
Yeah.
You took my $28 or whatever it is to get into Mopop.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. So then you go right in, and there's a staircase. There's, you know what what's that guy who said, if you come to a fork in the road, take it? That Yogi Berra. Well, that's your option at Mopop. When you walk in, there's all of a sudden a stairway, a wall of a stairway, so you can go to the left and take it, or go to the right and go somewhere else. Sign saying the David Bowie exhibit is upstairs, but I'm not positive enough to fool around. There's a nice-looking young lady standing there. She's got a smile on her face. So I go up to her, and I'm about to say, hey, which way to the David Bowie thing? And she says, oh, aren't you prepared already? And I cannot figure out for the life of me what's happening to me. I have red hair. Is that it? And I said, why do you say that? She goes, well, you're the guy in the David Bowie t-shirt at the David Bowie exhibit. And I went, oh, I'm that guy. I'm the guy wearing the concert shirt of the concert I'm at, but only 10 years later. I'm the 50-year-old man at the Led Zeppelin concert wearing a shirt that hasn't fit me since I was in junior high school. I'm that guy. By the way, it was Friday. I realized that because when this happened, I realized you guys would know the shirt. It was the shirt I was wearing on Friday.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was the Ziggy Stardust shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm officially.
Did Amy do it to you on purpose, or was it just a coincidence that you wore?
Oh no, it's every single. No. I see your thing. Not only is Amy not generally evil, but if she were evil, she's not a let's think this out in advance evil. Like your evil is she puts down water on those cold steps till they freeze and I fall down the stairs. She goes, oh, how did that happen to you? That's my kind of evil. No, this is just a quinky dinky. Because every day that I wear an interesting shirt, interesting enough to comment on, one of you guys, the four of us, oh, I like that shirt, and I say this every single time. Oh, what shirt am I wearing?
What is it?
Because
Yeah.
it's a stack at my house. That's what I know. What shoes I'm wearing because they're separate from the stack. I'm wearing the powder blue checkered Vans today. I know that, and I'm wearing the flash bright red belt. Aside from that, I am unaware. I'm guessing this. I say something today because that's all we have.
Keith Moon.
Keith Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a fan.
But it's
of
dark when you get dressed. You
But
just-
and I'm busy. I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
And I'm always hurrying. But I'm not on my way to a Keith Moon exhibit. And especially
Not
this
today.
one's bright. Yeah, not today. Who knows if that's going to happen? So, by the way, if anybody's planning on going, it's very good, but it's a bunch of pictures of David Bowie, and most of them won't surprise you. They're just great, fantastic shots of David Bowie being fantastic over here and being fantastic in London and being fantastic in Italy and stuff like that. Well, it's neat. I would certainly go, but
Yeah.
Bowie doesn't. There's no hologram. There's no new thing. The only thing I learned this, and I'll bring in Tori this. Hey, Tori.
Yes.
First of all, how are you guys?
I am great.
Fantastic.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Did you know this? Did you know for 6 years David Bowie didn't get in a plane and toured by boat and train and car?
You know, I did because I went the first day that this exhibit opened, and Mick Rock was actually there.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I
Hey,
got to meet him.
Could you introduce me? I'm Danny. She's Topper. Just fine. Introduce you a little top. No, I assumed that you would know that, but I found it super weird because it was an
know that.
extensive tour.
Yeah.
It was a really, really far tour.
And what was it? Because he was afraid of flying
Afraid of flying.
and got
Which
over it.
I always have thought you cling to life too hard if you don't get in an airplane. But I've realized on my last couple of flights flying with someone who's afraid to fly, Amy, it's not the crash. It's not death. Because not to get all into a weird thing, I just flat out don't care. If this is the end of the ride, as long as it's fast, I don't care. The thing is, that's not that fast. When we hit turbulence and Amy grabs my hand, that makes me aware of the turbulence. I go, oh, this is terrible. What's that? Whoa.
Yeah.
So I get it. I don't think you're some kind of punk if you won't get on a plane. John Madden never flew.
Right.
Sports
yeah.
guy.
Terrified of
He
flying.
terrified. Took this crazy van everywhere he went. I don't know how he got to Europe because that thing don't float. Hope and his Winnebago does not float. And that's all you really need to know. If you're going to go to Europe, don't take a Winnebago.
Sadly, this morning, police are investigating 3 separate shootings throughout Seattle. They are not related. Now, first, police investigate this fatal shooting that happened Saturday into Sunday at a Seattle nightclub. This was just after midnight at Studio 7 on South Horton Street in South Seattle. A 27-year-old man was shot. Officers responded, began life-saving measures. He was taken to Harborview, but died from his injuries.
I'm sorry to hear that.
There is no information about a suspect, and police are asking anyone to come forward. They can call the Seattle Police tip line anonymously.
We were just talking about that we find the figure skating brother and sister. Is it figure skating or ice dancing?
Figure skating, yeah.
Figure skating
Ice
brother and
skating.
sister, that it's a little weird. And immediately went into the thing, he said, the shooting is not related. And my head was, I thought some guy shot his brother.
Oh,
So that is not what happened.
3 separate shootings
That
throughout
didn't have
the
anything to
Seattle
do
area
with
that
each
have
other.
Not
nothing
related
do
to
with
each other.
My head clear a little bit.
They're also not ice dancing with each other at
And
the
they're
Olympics.
not brother and sister.
Who'd have a gun? It would show in them little tight suits they wear.
A second shooting that police are investigating took place yesterday. A 45-year-old man was found shot dead outside of a home in Skyway. A 911 caller made this call about 4:30 in the morning. A woman heard shots, went outside, and found the man in her driveway. He did not live at the home, but was known to the woman. They are investigating, have no suspects. Lastly, a 19-year-old man was shot and critically wounded last night in Pioneer Square. Medics were called just before 7 p.m. Reports of a gunshot victim. This man was taken to Harborview. He is in critical condition. Life-threatening wounds, but he is still alive. This one took place at First Avenue and Cherry Street. No information about a shooter.
One, first of all, my condolences. The guy who got shot, bummer. But that is the other reason that Amy will not let me invest in real estate in Pioneer Square. The first being, we have no money anymore. But the second is that people still get shot there.
Yeah.
Amazon is in the news once again. They have been delivering packages for many years now with the help of FedEx and UPS.
Yeah.
They've decided, we've had enough of you, and they are going to roll out their own delivery service.
Oh, they're not just buying FedEx and UPS.
Well, wait, I'm not, because I'm still curious about that myself. Are they
Yeah.
going to buy planes? Because we just, Boeing just got an order for whatever it was, the 737, right? And UPS bought like 9 of them. This is the biggest purchase of the year.
Right.
So is Amazon going to go out and buy planes?
They are going to probably create their own planes
Yeah.
the way they operate. They will not be buying FedEx. They will not be buying UPS. They will be doing it all on their own, which doesn't just mean planes. They're going to have trucks. They're going to have employees. It's
No,
gonna
trains,
have to
planes,
be-
and automobile. You can't do it without that when you're that
Exactly.
big.
Now, they have announced that they will roll out in Los Angeles in the coming weeks, and then more cities will follow. And UPS says at this point they are still a partner of Amazon. It's not like this is going to disappear overnight.
They got to be freaking out, though, because that
Yes.
has to be a
Yeah.
giant chunk of their business.
Yeah.
But how do you do a delivery business in Los Angeles, California? It was, as Sarah was kind enough to tell us, the #1 worst traffic in the world.
Yeah.
Beating Moscow and some other place in the world. How do you run a business when it takes you, all right, so you order a sandwich, right? It's $4 because I'm tacking on 85 cents for the delivery cost, right?
Sure.
But it's now day-old sandwich when I get it to you 4 hours later. How do you do anything by wheels? They
know
got to
what's-
go drone.
What's going to be amazing about Amazon is they will be able to operate on their own parameters, meaning they could deliver your package at 2 a.m. or leave at 2 a.m, avoid traffic. It can be a 24-hour business, whereas UPS is, I'm
And as
guessing,
bad as
unionized
LA
drivers.
traffic is, I think some of the times there's like at 3 a.m, I think you'd get away with it. When I did morning radio there for a decade, I never once ran into traffic at 4:30 or whatever it was. So I guess that, yeah, good call.
Amazon has over 40 cargo planes.
Oh,
Wow.
So they already have their own plans.
they already have their own.
They lease them, but yeah,
40?
40.
Now they're going to get their own trucks.
That
and
is
their own...
that's Ted Hugent, as we used to say in Detroit. That's huge.
A man who worked at a tree trimming service was sentenced to prison time after he pleaded guilty to trying to push his coworker in a wood chipper head first. Officers arrested Scott Iverson on attempted murder and assault charges in this incident. His coworker, Austin Crawford, told police they were working on the property. Iverson put him in a chokehold and then tried to push him in the wood chipper. Thankfully, another employee intervened and stopped him. He said, "I just remember thinking, I don't want to die this way."
Well, where do you want to go?
Nobody wants to die that way. So what had the coworker done? Because we've talked before about how that's a suitable punishment.
Yeah.
For certain things.
Certain things, yeah.
Child
Let's not get
molesters.
crazy.
That Olympic doctor dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
lawn chipper, no problem
Wood
for that
chipper.
guy. Plus, he has to do a pirouette and a double sow cow into the thing.
Crazy pants. A moment of a psychotic break. He's not really explaining it why he did this, but he's getting 70 months in prison.
See, the judge believed this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing because who'd only give 70 months
Right.
for not just attempted murder by lawn chipper, man.
Jeez. Yeah, you all are morbid sometimes, and you say the way that you would want to go. Like when he said, I wouldn't want to die this way, I don't think anyone's picking
No.
wood chipper.
Well, at least he was going head first. Like it wouldn't last as long as if he did it foot first.
Ow. In national and international news, a passenger jet carrying 71 people crashed after takeoff from Moscow airport yesterday, likely killing all on board. This was a departure from Domodedovo Airport. Wow, I pronounced that wrong. Domodedovo.
Nobody's going to know, kids. Say whatever you want.
That airport in Moscow.
Yeah.
They've got a couple. But one of the big ones, it was a route to Orsk with 65 passengers, 6 crew. It crashed, and they said because of the nature of the crash, there is no way anybody survived this. They are now investigating. They, at this point, have no idea if it's terror, if it's operator error, was it weather-related? They do not know.
The videotape of it that I have seen, I don't know if they're coming out of some kind of tunnel or there's something that blocks the plane. You don't see it, and then you see it, right? Man, it's going, you blink your eyes, and it's gone. I always think when I'm landing the plane, when planes land and stuff like that, I could survive this. If something happens, I'm gonna be the guy that makes it. Maybe I'll throw myself over Amy. Maybe she'll make it, maybe not. But I'm definitely gonna make this. But then I saw that video, and
Scary.
it's just out of it travels half a mile in split second. You realize if that hit anything and you're in it, you're a goner.
Yeah. In a surprise reversal, the makers of the powerful painkiller OxyContin said on Saturday it will stop promoting opioid drugs to doctors. The manufacturer, Purdue, bowed to a key demand of lawsuits saying stop marketing this, stop trying to get doctors to carry your drug.
Yeah,
because then they
or
prescribe
don't.
it.
So now they're just going to target directly to the drug dealers?
Yeah, they're gonna sell them on corners.
Well, a lot of experts say the genie's already out of the bottle.
Yeah.
It's too late. What's the other expression?
Toothpaste tube.
The horses are out of the barn. Why are you not going to close the barn doors when the horses are out already?
That's the worst investment I've ever heard.
I think that's a Canadian saying. 'Cause
Closing the barn doors after
No,
all
after the
animals,
horses.
Yeah, right.
Something. It's
after
something
the
there.
goat got out.
No.
Pretty sure that's how that
You
goes.
had me and you lost me.
Don't count your chickens after they hatch. No, wait. You should count them after they hatch.
An environmental group wants couples to think of wild animals before acting like them this Valentine's Day.
All right, I would like an
Yeah, I'll do
explanation.
that.
Yeah, what do we have here? What do we got?
The Center for Biological Diversity is handing out endangered species condoms at a Valentine's Day event.
Like made out of rhino horn and stuff?
No, on the packaging, it says
Yeah, on the package.
it says things like,
I didn't even get that at first. That was very funny.
before it gets any hotter, remember the sea otter. Can't refrain? Think of the whooping crane. They're trying to get people to think about wildlife who are being impacted by a growing population.
I don't even understand this. They would like me to use condoms that will remind me to not do bad things to animals later.
No, if you wrap it up,
Yeah.
you won't procreate, which is good for the planet because we already have too many human beings on the planet.
So I'm not going to have sex without a condom because of the sea otter.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently.
You want to
this is
save
stupid.
animals around the world, don't make a baby.
All right.
That's not going to work for
Before
you.
you choke the chicken. Oh, yeah. Do they care about that? What about cardinals and choking the Pope?
It's cold out there this morning. A trip to Los Angeles sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
KZOK.com. Click on the contest tab to find out more.
Thank you. An online adjunct professor told a student, Australia is not a country. You get an F.
What?
I think he's wrong, right?
Well, I'm not positive. I've been somewhere several times.
Southern New Hampshire University is now replacing that instructor. The 27-year-old student is here in America, in Idaho.
The 27-year-old student is in school here? What's he going to be, an astronaut? Why is he 27?
You can go to college at any time.
He went back.
I'm going to guess that student has not been going to school
I'm
for 10 years.
guessing he's not that bright. And I have friends that went to school for 10 years.
Yeah, he thinks Australia's a country.
Well, this is 27-year-old student in Idaho was assigned to compare American social norms to that of another country. The student chose Australia.
Which is where he's from.
This is a female student from Idaho.
Oh.
She was given the assignment, compare American social norms to that of another country of your choosing.
Right,
so
okay.
she's like, okay, I know how things are here. I'm going to compare our social norms to Australia.
Yeah.
The student said, F, Australia's not a country.
The
You
teacher.
Can't. The teacher
said that, not the student.
Yeah, sorry. The teacher told the student, you can't compare those two social norms because one of those places is not a country.
What did he or she think it was?
She's a stupid person and said Australia is a continent, not a country.
It's both,
It?
right?
Yeah, it is both.
It is both.
It identifies as a country,
Yeah.
but it is, in fact, a continent.
She has been fired.
And if you go there, you're incontinent. Which is drag, because I'd like to go, as a matter of fact. Although the toilets don't do the cool thing you think they would. They don't swirl the wrong way.
No, that's the whole reason I haven't gone.
Straight down. Wrecks everything for me.
Ruined my trip. I won't go back. I mean, hugging the koala was great, but toilets
Except for the
flush.
chlamydia.
That and the 18-hour flight, I'm not going back.
Everybody loves chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Everybody loves chocolate.
Everybody loves
Are you
chocolate.
just being obstinate? What?
I said, yeah,
It's not
everybody
his
loves
favorite.
chocolate.
Oh, right. It's not his favorite. Somebody likes chocolate.
Most everybody loves chocolate.
Right, except
Paul's
Paul.
just meh.
I love white
But
chocolate.
You are fascinatingly different.
White chocolate's really good.
White chocolate is great.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
this job is for anybody listening who is not Paul.
Right.
If you love chocolate, you could get a job at the company who owns Cadbury and Oreo cookies.
See, that's different. Everybody loves Cadbury cream eggs.
Oh, I love
Yeah, they're good.
Those are so good.
I don't love as much as certain kinds of just chocolate. I don't think chocolate should be fooled with too much.
Oh, put a little
Just give me
caramel.
good, little caramel. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. But in general, I don't like my chocolate fooled with.
I don't know what's inside those Cadbury cream eggs, but it's delicious. If you would like a job with Cadbury Oreo, its parent company is called Mondelez, you could get hired for a chocolate taster position.
Is their company headquartered in Mexico?
I believe it is.
That's why it's called Undelay.
Mondelez.
Oh, that's totally different then.
Mondelez.
I took a shot in the dark for that joke, and it turns out they're really in Mexico.
Maybe it is Mondelez. It has a Z at the end.
Is it gay?
You can apply now. They said last time they had a job opening for a chocolate taster, they received more than 1,000 applications in one day. But you have until Friday to apply for the chocolate taster job, a paid job tasting chocolate and Oreos.
Right on. Okay, we all
Yeah,
want it.
let's
Hey,
do
have
it.
you seen the? I think it's Hershey's, and Apollo Ono sits down and says, "Hey, I thought I was the spokesman for Hershey's," and the guy says, "You are," and he goes, "Well, that's not chocolate, it's gold." And there's a Hershey bar that's gold. That
brand new.
has to be delicious. 14-karat yum.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
That was their. We talked about that when it was first announced, but I wasn't sure when it was in stores. But that was their first new chocolate bar in like 100 years or something insane. That I'm exaggerating.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's the first new venture. Hershey's puts out other candy bars all the time.
It's the first chocolate bar that is
That's
new
just
for
solitary.
Hershey's.
Yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense. I like almonds, but not a lot.
I don't want any of those almonds in there. Don't
See,
you just
they
said don't mess with my
don't-
chocolate?
And I said not a lot. You give me
Hershey
the
bar
Hershey
by
bar
itself.
straight up. Yum.
What's
I
the
don't
one
want a
that
gold one.
they put the pretzel in? I don't like that one at all. There's a new one. They put a pretzel in it.
Hershey Gold.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Hershey
the one I
Gold?
was talking
It's
about.
so good,
Apollo
though.
Ono.
But that one's got the
It has pretzels in
pretzels
it.
in it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I
we
don't
all
approve.
want that one.
I don't want a pretzel
you
in
don't
my
want that one?
chocolate.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
But it was a different color, and I thought that'd make you like it.
Maybe.
Like the white chocolate.
An Alabama man allegedly beat up his roommate after discovering he didn't properly seal the cereal. Have you ever gone to get a bowl of cereal and somebody didn't wrap
I
it
don't
up?
wrap it up ever. And my wife yells at me, and I do it. I'll take the heat.
You
She even has
communist.
these weird things. They look like clapping hands, and you open them up and you clamp them down on the cereal thing.
Yeah.
Chip clip.
I take that off and unroll. I put my hand in. I take a bite of the Captain Crunch like a man.
Oh, it's going to get stale.
Yeah, it's better stale.
No.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It ages like a fine wine, mister.
Dwayne Barry Smith, age 52, was arrested for domestic violence following the confrontation with his roommate.
What's his name?
His name is Dwayne Barry Smith.
Captain Crunch with Dwayne Barry. I don't like that either.
He did indeed go to eat a bowl of Captain Crunch. And he hadn't sealed it. It was stale. He was so mad, he laid a beat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no amount of milk can fix that staleness.
See, that's where I won't go out because I'm probably all by myself here.
You're all
but
by
they
yourself
get
here.
soggy before you even put them in. I let my cereal sit and I microwave it for 20 seconds. I want it less sharp and horrible.
That's disgusting.
It's yummy and you don't know anything.
But it is something that can drive you to violence.
No, Aim's crazy at me when I do it. She goes out of her mind.
I bet. Not cool, man. Don't do it.
I feel shame. Not a lot of it, apparently.
I exercised some control over the weekend by not sending you guys an adorable cat video. It's so cute, though, but it might freak you out. I showed it to my husband, and he wished that I hadn't shown it to him. A Minnesota cat owner revealed her feline has 28 toes,
Oh, it's awesome.
tying the Guinness World Record for most toes on a cat.
You know, if she would, like, you could teach her to applaud, it would be so loud.
She said it looks more like she could play baseball.
Oh, yeah, like she's wearing a mitt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
And
the piano.
yep.
Little kitty piano.
Well, kitty piano.
Now, being polydactyl isn't that unusual for cats having extra toes, but this cat has 28 total toes.
So not on one foot.
No, but the front paws especially.
What is that, 7
Yeah.
on each foot?
Yeah. I mean, if they're even. if
Yeah,
they're equal.
right. I'm assuming.
I couldn't quite see because the way it tends to work with polydactyls of that nature, some of them are really small, and then some of them are like a thumb. You know what I mean? Like they're
And
not
polydactyl means many toes?
many digits, fingers.
I thought it was a bunch of pterodactyls. You don't see that anymore,
No.
a bunch of pterodactyls.
It's like they're extinct or something.
Yeah, totally.
Some people call them Hemingway cats because down in Florida at the Key whatever.
Key West.
Is that where his place is, Key West? He has his property is like overrun with polydactyl cats, so sometimes they're called Hemingway cats.
Ah.
But this one has 28 little toes.
If it was
So cute.
overrun with crappy writing, you could also call it oh my God, what an overrated American treasure.
I normally disagree with you on those sweeping statements. Man, he's a hack.
Thank you.
You and I came to blows over Salvador Dali.
Yeah,
but no.
and I admitted defeat. I admit I was wrong. I didn't study it as much as I did when I got to Spain, and I thought he was a novelty painter, like Escher. Oh, I'm going to probably get in trouble like big Escher fan. But you were right about that one.
But no, we're both on the same page about.
Hemingway the hack.
Yeah.
For whom the bell tolls, it tolls in my butt. Shut up, go away. The hack boxer, too.
I saw a cat video over the weekend as well, and somebody had taken Olympic curling footage, and they had replaced the stone with cats. So it's just a person pushing a cat across the ice, and then people going out and sweeping, and then one cat bumping into other cats.
Pretty funny.
Pretty
I think
awesome.
we've all grown up a little bit that we're not forcing these upon each other.
Right? How did we not send them to each other
Yeah.
immediately?
It's time for today's Things Are Not Right in Florida story of the day.
Yay!
Many people dream of sailing around the world. You've had that dream, right, Danny?
My entire adult life.
I mean, how great would it be? You just sell everything, you get on a boat, and you sail.
I'm going to go on that guy's Wahoo Choo Choo or whatever it's called. Coho
Coho, ho, ho,
I'm
ho,
officially,
ho.
I'm as good as on a Coho ho ho ho.
Well, a
That's
lot
if
of
Santa
people,
goes
though,
with ya.
they dream of it being a life. You're going to go on the Coho Ho Ho, which is just a couple of weeks.
Right.
Right? But,
No, my dream is to not come back, to
Right.
sail forever, live on my boat.
well, in Florida, a couple had a dream. Moving out of their home onto a boat, living like Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
I mean, how amazing does that sound?
Awesome.
Well, they quit their jobs. They bought the boat, their once-in-a-lifetime adventure. They started their trip, and just a few hours in, they hit something, capsized, and their boat's wrecked.
Oh, wow. This is a terrible story. This was my dream. What'd they hit?
A sandbar.
Oh,
They
man.
said that many
The
sandbars
drink's there a
open.
week. I'm never going back.
The gritty.
So apparently they didn't even know the waterway very well.
No.
Because
And
they sailed
there's
right
all
into the
sorts of
sandbar.
electronics that should have told you that. I mean, I am, if I devoted my life to sailing 30 years ago when I first started living on boats, I think it was that, it might have been longer ago than that, I would not be as good of a sailor as a guy that just started this week and left next month. Because there's just so many
Technology.
gadgets to do it
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Florida.
How come when you buy the boat, it means you're going sailing? When you buy the farm, you're dead. It's like a weird kind of expressions.
When we come back, a rock legend made a cool announcement over the weekend. A story circulating that O.J. Simpson has a new acting gig. This is pretty bizarre. A star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame
Thank you. It's been a
About
long time
time,
coming.
man.
is
I
being
don't
doled
usually
out
say
today. I don't think it's for you because
It's
you're
got to be
here.
him, man.
And a wild update to the future of Richard Sherman and all the latest Olympics action next in sports.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. Most of your roadways are looking pretty clear this morning, but we do have some minor slowdowns in Puyallup on State Route 167 northbound between Highway 161 and Ellingson Road. Let Staples help you this tax season with everything you need for less, from storage boxes and filing supplies to software like QuickBooks and TurboTax. And right now, get up to $15 off when you buy TurboTax. Ends 2/17/18. Excludes TurboTax Basic. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Hey, everybody wants to impress that special someone on Valentine's Day. I know that I wish to impress Amy every Valentine's Day. So one of the things that I do that is super easy for me is I trust Valentine's Day to Pro Flowers. Every year I order the gorgeous bouquet. Pro Flowers, they come to my house. They last for a very long time. I think it's 7 days is guaranteed. Customer satisfaction, always number one with my pals at Pro Flowers. And that's why they got this money back guaranteed. That's why I was right about that. But you're not going to need it because the flowers always come there fresh, and it's simple and it's incredible. Choose the classic red roses from the Red Rose Collection, or go to proflowers.com right now and check out all the different things that Pro Flowers got for your special somebody. And it might spark a really good idea. And right down now, my listeners, that's you guys, can get a beautiful bouquet of Valentine's Day flowers and save 20% off just for knowing my code name, which is Danny. All you gotta do is order something over $29. Hurry in and order today. Valentine's Day is only, 2 days away. So the only way to get the 20% off is to order something over $29. It's just that easy. Visit proflowers.com today. Enter my code, which is Danny. Proflowers.com, code Danny.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Money Tree. We're going to get a lot of sunshine today under clear skies, highs in the mid to upper 40s, and it's currently 35 in downtown Seattle. At Money Tree, they stand for great customer service, and that's what they deliver. They offer payday loans up to $700. Apply at moneytreeinc.com or stop by a Money Tree branch today. Always use short-term credit responsibly. Your money in time. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Since he departed The Tonight Show in 2014, Jay Leno has kept himself busy with Jay Leno's Garage.
Yeah, I watch it. I don't watch enough to know like when it's on, but I watch enough TV that I've seen it 20 times maybe.
Well, it's going into its 4th season.
Yeah.
So it's popular, and it's his big passion. I mean, we've known that about Jay Leno for years.
It better be his passion. I can't imagine that warehouse full of cars costs him less than $1 million a year to operate.
Right.
Just to operate.
Just
let alone
operate,
what's
just to own
inside.
those cars, insure those
Yeah.
cars. The guy that keeps all those cars running, because the man drives around sometimes in Burbank in a Stanley steamer. My guess is that thing breaks every now and again.
Well, in a preview of the 4th season, Jay Leno gets behind the wheel with the Sex Pistols' John Lydon.
Really?
Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten.
I just saw him last night. He's an idiot.
This has
Johnny
always
Rotten?
been.
Johnny Lydon, football.
Yeah.
Do I have the wrong guy?
No, I don't think so.
His
He's an
new
idiot.
band after the Sex Pistols was PIL, Public Image Limited, or something.
And why do you think that you're
I
mistaken?
watched him last night. And I've seen him before. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the video shows him trying to learn how to drive. Johnny Rotten.
Oh,
He doesn't know how to
that's
drive.
awesome. Jay Leno from The Tonight Show teaching Sid Vicious or whatever, Johnny Rotten, to drive. I love it.
He said he has never driven a car. And he also tells him, I tell you, I got no eyes. I'm half blind. I can't see or read anything.
That's who I want to be in a car with.
Yeah, me too.
Guy who's never driven. He's half blind and he's Johnny Rotten.
Just a guy that sounds like that I don't want to be in.
Jay Leno quips, I never truly understood the value of a seatbelt until this very moment.
Very funny. Yeah, I saw him on rerun, I believe, of Jules Holland. Is that
Yeah.
Jules Holland? Yeah, and the only reason I saw that is because Tom Jones was on, so I recorded it. And there he is being an idiot. And all I can think is Sir Tom Jones watching that 50-year-old man go, I sing today, hey! And he jumps in the air and pulls on his cheeks. Pulls on his cheek with his hands. I hate him.
Well, you can see the video of Jay Leno teaching Johnny Rotten how to drive right now at KZOK.com.
Oh, well, it's worth seeing, I would think. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
You go to our website, my
I will,
friend.
KZOK.com.
Ian Hunter is getting the band back together as Mott the Hoople prepare to headline a huge UK festival.
Are they the Careful with the Axe Eugene guys?
Careful with the what?
Axe.
That's Pink Floyd.
Is that? No, I don't think so.
Yeah?
I don't usually think you're wrong about music, but maybe it's two songs then. Careful with that axe, Eugene. That's not Mock the Hoople? Google this line.
It's Adam Hartmother. I know that from Pink Floyd.
Careful with that axe, Eugene. Google that. And if Tori's right, I will not break my
Comes
heart.
up as Pink Floyd from the album Uma Guma.
Uma Guma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't mess with Tori when it
I
comes
know.
to music knowledge.
You know what it is? I said it one day in passing, and a caller called up and said, nice Mott the Hoople reference. So you're wrong too, mister, from 10 years ago.
They will be taking the band back together to go to a big concert in Kent. Cult will be the co-headliner.
Cult?
The Cult?
Oh, the Cult.
The Cult? The Cult? Mott the Hoople. The Cult?
What's
I
happening
think,
now?
all right. I'll try again. Ready? Hey, Tori.
Yes.
Didn't David Bowie write this song?
He did.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel better about myself.
There is news that they are currently in talks with the actress who plays Maggie on The Walking Dead to bring her back for this next season.
Did she die or something?
Her contract is up.
And that wouldn't really stop him, though. She could die and get back.
That's
They're
right.
zombies.
That'd even be better. One of them should come back as a zombie.
It seems like with a character that important to the show, why'd you wait so long to be in talks to bring her back for next season?
No, you don't know that it's not her.
Sure, yeah. Why did anybody not get this figured out already?
Well, it's pretty surprising because they have worked out contracts with other people
Yeah.
on the show, And they aren't sure whose side is dragging their feet. Is it her? Is she not sure she wants to come back, or are they not offering?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure
wants?
this chick I never heard of in my life could get a better gig than the top show. Sign and shut up.
I mean, it is.
Same with all you people on the Big Bam or whatever that thing is.
The Big Bang
Yeah, sign and shut up.
This is a show that's really making a lot of people's careers, and she's a big part of it. Her
Yeah.
storyline is huge, so we're hoping that Maggie will be back for season 9.
The only one I know is the stringy-haired guy that is now in the Dish commercials.
Daryl?
I don't know.
He has a
Does he have a
crossbow.
brother
Rides a
named Daryl?
motorcycle.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
Well, spoiler alert, Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus have already signed on for season 9, which means Daryl and Rick are back for season 9.
These are some rich zombie hunters, by the way.
Yeah.
We are awaiting confirmation on this story, but here is the rumor that was circulating over the weekend. The source is Britain's The Mail. So I take it with a grain of salt.
Right, because they lie.
A lot of stories that, especially from the weekend,
Yeah, I don't trust that guy even when he raps.
So that's why I'm telling you that this is something we have not been able to confirm, but the source reporting is The Mail. Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen, reportedly paid O.J. Simpson more than $2,000 to play a role in his next movie.
2,000?
2,000 whole
$20,000.
dollars?
There you go. There you go.
20,000.
And it's a day roll. You can't get OJ, murderer or not. You can't get him to, he's not going to come to work 3 days in a row for 20 G's. He could go to one autograph show.
Now, we know that Sacha Baron Cohen is all about pranking, fooling people, going at places in character, whether it's Ali G or Borat. He reportedly got into character and then met with O.J. Simpson inside of a Las Vegas hotel. The source said O.J. would not even get to the hotel and go inside the room unless he was paid cash. And Sacha Baron Cohen said he would not have gotten him in the room had he not paid him cash money.
You know what he's doing? He's covering from going too far. It's one thing to act like you don't understand what happened in Germany while renting a room from Holocaust survivors. God, I hate this guy so much. It's one thing to, hey, his sense of humor is different from mine. It's a joke. I say it all the time. It's just a joke. Leave me alone. Why are you mad at me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So he can go bother Holocaust survivors if he wants to, I guess, under the guise of a joke. But you give money to a double murderer, and you might have gone too far. And people might. I bet I bet it doesn't see the light of day.
I mean, who knows? Because if this did happen, that money has to go to the family of Ron Goldman.
It's not entirely true. It's
No?
not entire. No, nobody gets to take 100% of money. You have to live. A portion, whatever portion the court said of any money he earns, will have to go to him. But money will definitely have to go to him.
According to his lawyer, the Ron Goldman's father's lawyer, if money changed hands, all the money paid should go to Ron's father. There is a legal and moral imperative here.
I agree
Either
that
way-
it should. 100%. We all think it should. It
Either
won't.
way, are we really going to go see a movie that has O.J. Simpson in a role?
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean,
Especially
we aren't,
from
but
Borat.
yes, there are people, there are all sorts of things that most people will find repugnant that will realize, man, that thing made money. How is that? And it's not just
Yeah.
like I find it funny and you don't, or you find it funny and I don't. Like vicious, mean-spirited stuff like this. There will be an audience for that. You know who's going to go see this? Is everybody that voted for Trump would be my guess.
I went to see Borat in theaters.
So did I.
I mean, I thought it was hilarious, but some scenes absolutely went too far.
Hated it from beginning to end.
I mean, no chuckles?
Not a chuckle. No, I was so mad from the beginning, because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I thought this guy was. I'm kind of an idiot. I thought this was a real person that does prank shows in
Oh,
Czechoslovakia or wherever the hell he's from. And I don't know, it's okay. Although I'm not a big fan of prank shows, to be honest with you. I don't know why.
I'm not either, but I knew him from the Ali G show, and I thought the Ali G character was very funny.
I think that too. I saw that, and by the way, for very much, I thought that was a real guy.
Yeah, me too.
Apparently, easily hoodwinked.
Today, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame
Oh, I thank you.
is being given to
Yeah.
Mandy Patinkin.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
just watched him, by the way.
And?
Binge watched. Does 4 episodes make binge watching?
Yeah.
Does
I think anything
'cause
over
I think
3.
so.
3? Okay, 3 for
Three
sure.
and a
Of Homeland. Never
Oh,
seen it
so
before.
great.
Not a
So
second.
good.
What episode? I mean, what season?
Season 6, they said on the Showtime it is. They said,
Yeah.
if you want to binge watch all of season 6, it's on right now.
You guys binge watch season 1.
it wasn't on last night. So I watched it, and then I watched the second one, and Amy said, are you in now? Do you like this? I said, I really don't know yet. On the third episode, she asked again. I said, I think I like it, but it asks a lot of you. You have to really know what's going on. You have to
especially
have
when you start
these-
6 seasons in.
Yeah, and I just, but no, I liked it though. Don't get me wrong. I can live without it.
It's so good, but I think I'm on season 5. If there's 6 seasons total, I'm on season 5. But if it's 7, I'm on season 6. But I watch it and I have anxiety. It makes my heart pound, and they kill people, and it's
Well,
about
when the
terrorism.
Russians kill her kid, that's going too far, I think.
So Mandy Patinkin being
Yeah.
honored with a
Great
star
actor,
on the
yeah.
Hollywood Walk of Fame. He has given iconic performances in every major entertainment medium. On Broadway, he created the role of Che in Evita, George, Sunday in the Park. Television appearances, his Emmy-nominated performance as Saul on Homeland. He was on Chicago Hope, Dead Like Me, and Criminal Minds. Feature films, Yentl, Dick Tracy, and of course...
Yentl should cost him. You and Yentl, we're going to take away one of the prongs of your star. It's only have 4 prongs.
Well, of course, Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
I said, I love this actor. I said, oh, yeah, I like him. What do I see him? And I did that. I looked at wife, Amy, and I said, my name is Henry Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And she said, yeah, but what was he in? Oh, it made me very sad.
Oh.
You didn't remember that it was Princess Bride, or have you not seen Princess Bride?
Or she's never seen Princess Bride.
She's
No, I've
never
seen it
seen
10,000
Princess Bride.
times. I'm quoting the line. I don't know if she's seen it. Maybe my impression sucks, but I didn't like the reaction.
Yeah, if she hasn't seen Princess Bride, I am taking umbrage with your wife.
All right, fair enough. Take her right to Umbridge. She hates that place.
The competition on Celebrity Big Brother got a little bit interesting over the weekend as Omarosa had to be sent to the hospital.
Of course she did.
There was speculation that they were doing some sort of contesting where you spin around in a circle and then you have to throw a bowling ball.
Yeah, all right.
Then something happened to her at that moment. According to CBS, Omarosa has returned to Celebrity Big Brother after receiving medical attention for an asthma attack. I don't know what to believe. CBS
But
says asthma.
You kind of got to do it. I think their last offer to me was 150 grand. I'd totally do it. You can, if they said your worst enemy is going to be in there, because they do stuff sometimes on some shows that my wife watches, like Bachelor, where all of a sudden all the girls' ex-boyfriends show up. Somebody's going to get punched in the face for sure.
Yeah.
But I would restrain myself and do that show for 150
I'm
G's. You
surprised you
kidding me?
haven't. Celebrity Big Brother airs Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m.
Wow, they're very proud of
CBS.
that show.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on that station?
Right? I think
That's a
this-
lot of coverage, man. Now I feel worse
Yeah.
than I did when I turned down the dough. And by the way, I didn't turn it down to be a sweetheart of a guy. I have a job, so I can't
Right,
go.
yeah.
I would have.
You should have. This is the first
I
season of
can't,
Celebrity
shoulda. They
Big
won't
Brother.
let me. They hate me.
There isn't anything else on because of the Olympics. So a lot of people's favorite shows are not on for the next 2 weeks. And speaking of, let's take a look at sports.
Sports.
Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY, 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Of course, we do have a lot of Olympic coverage to talk about, but first, Richard Sherman. He hopes to be back with the Seahawks next season and has revealed he is acting as his own agent. He has been acting as his own agent for the past year. Now, he, of course, had surgery and had a ruptured Achilles, wasn't able to play the end of this past season. He is in the final year of his $11 million contract. There has been speculation of moving Richard Sherman, but he says he believes he will stay.
Nice. And, I think when you've been, how long has he been with the Seahawks?
72 years.
Okay. How long do you think he's been with the Seahawks?
6 seasons.
6 seasons. After 6 years, because it's expensive to have agents and stuff. And if you're going to go from year 6 to year 7, do you really need to go and say, I'd like $1,000 more? And they finally say, okay. Just say, make it that exact contract that the agent worked out and then just add $1,000 to it. Because it's going to cost you. It's cost him over $1 million to have that agent for a job he knows he's got.
Except that the Seahawks have tried to move him in the past, so he doesn't have anyone protecting him with not having an agent. And if the Seahawks do move him, then he doesn't have anyone representing him in the marketplace, so who knows where he's going to get moved to.
Right, but doesn't he get the amount of money his contract says no matter where he goes?
It depends on his health. I'm sure he's got something in his contract that says if he can't perform,
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course
know
he
what's
has
in his
that.
contract,
Right.
We'll see. On Saturday, the UW Huskies lost a heartbreaker, double overtime to Oregon State, a final score of 97-94. The next game is Thursday against the Utes.
Yeah, Utes.
Yesterday, the Cougs were defeated by the Oregon Ducks 84-57. They will play against Colorado on Thursday. Teenager Red Gerard pulled off a shock win in the men's slope-style snowboarding to claim the first gold medal for Team USA at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Our
USA.
first gold.
USA.
17 years old.
17 pimply faced kid. When I say well spoken, I'm watching a teenager with pimples and I'm thinking, this is going to be a disaster. Don't interview him. He's going to be dumb as a stump. He's going to use slang. He's going to curse. He's going to hate his mother, whatever the hell it is. He's fine. He's actually good.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I'm a bad person, I think, all I can do is look at that kid doing a good job with his gold medal around his neck, and I see dollar signs just flying. I mean, what did he make last night when he hit that gold medal at 17 and reasonably well spoken? $50 million in the long run?
He's going to get some, he's definitely going to get some endorsements campaigns.
Yeah. All right, there's a lot of Olympic action happening as we speak. These time changes mean that there is competition happening. The women's hockey is playing. There's been curling events. Derek, where do we stand? What are the medal standings as of now?
All right, in the total medal count, Norway is leading with 8. Behind them, Netherlands and Canada tied with 7. Germany comes in next with 6, and the United States is sitting at 5th with 4 medals.
Fifth.
Wow.
Who's leading in
Norway.
gold medals?
Leading in gold would be Germany right now, and then Netherlands behind them, and in third is us and Canada.
Is Netherlands and Norway the same thing or not?
No, they're not.
That's why they have 22 medals now.
What about Amsterdam? What's that?
That's the Netherlands.
That's inside
That's
the
Netherlands?
Netherlands,
Then
yeah.
why do they call it Amsterdam?
Holland, same
I
thing.
hate all of it. It's
We got to stop letting all those countries with snow play in the Winter Olympics. That's not fair.
Although this red kid that won the gold,
Yeah.
they're doing the story of it, and the lady says, now you put this course in your backyard. The course is like a mile and a half
Crazy.
long. And he did. I
Wow.
don't know if his parents moved him there or it was a coinky dinky, but he's got the half pipes and the who's it's what's and the rails and all that. It's right in his
The who's
backyard.
it's what's, that's
Unlike
the hardest
Sean White,
part.
he'd let his friends use it.
A lot of people talking about the women's hockey team because one family has 2 children, both playing hockey for different countries.
Huh?
The Soul Sisters.
The Soul Sisters. Now, it's a little complicated, but you can play for another country. So, Danny, you want to go to the Olympics and you want to play ping pong.
Right?
You could play for another country, even
Boy,
though
it'd
you're
be
American.
crazy to play the Chinese. Don't do that.
You wanted to join China, you would just have to
I want to
become
go
a
to
citizen.
Italian. They are notorious. I want to go to Italy. They are notoriously bad at ping pong.
Well, in this
You know
case,
why? They call it pinga panga. And anybody that calls it that can't be good.
in this case, it's a 2 daughters. One of the children is adopted, had been adopted from Korea. She is eligible to play for Korea and is. Their other daughter plays for America.
It's kind of a dream story, to be honest with you. I saw it on the news this morning. And so this family can't have babies. And they're a nice looking American family. And they say, well, let's adopt a baby. People need their children adopted. People give them up. What can we do? How can we help? So they go to Korea and they adopt this beautiful young lady or beautiful baby at that point, and they get home and find out mom's pregnant.
Right, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
So they've got these girls just about the same age. They've been best friends forever. They played hockey together. And by the way, they're great sports. They love it. They're rooting for the other guy. It is a great Olympic story. Although I hope the American beats up the other guy, but that's because I'm an American.
Well, it's looking so far like the women's hockey team from Korea, the unified team from Korea, is terrible.
Well, it's not fair. How did they get sucked into this? Hey, let's play with a bunch of people we never heard of that haven't had a bite of beef in
Right.
17 years.
Well, the scores on Saturday. Switzerland beat Korea 8-0.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a drag.
And yesterday,
And that also describes North Korea. 8-0. Hey, what have you had recently? Oh, 8-0.
Korea
Very
plays
good joke if you ask me. Thank you.
Quality.
Korea plays Sweden this morning in about an hour, and the
I was
United
looking to
States
lose by like 12 goals on
to
that one.
Sweden. Yeah, the United States beat Finland 3-1.
They
Take
should
that,
play,
Finland.
Yeah, they should just play 3 guys from Norway.
Lastly,
That's fair.
we are now 1 month away from our 3rd annual Whiskey Rocks. It is March 10th inside the Terrace Club at Safeco Field. Last year's event sold out, so make sure to get your tickets right now. WhiskeyRocksNW.com. It is amazing music, food, entertainment, because we're going to be there with the
Yeah.
entertainment. Whiskey.
Are we the entertainment?
Oh, yeah. Aren't we always?
No, we walk around and drink and
That's
Spike and the
entertaining.
Imperials.
That's entertaining.
Here's my entertainment. Here's what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out. Spike and the Imperials.
Woo!
Yeah.
I am entertained.
entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, I'm doing that.
Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
And I'll tell you something about 1-800-DUI-AWAY. I've talked to the lawyers there. It's great. They're very into you and helping you out, but Washington has severe DUI laws. If you get a DUI, you need to call 1-800-DUI-AWAY right away. They'll meet you in Seattle, Everett, or Tacoma free of charge. So if the unfortunate happens to you and you get a DUI, don't delay. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. That's 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. Seeing some delays in Seattle on Elliott Ave near Mercer Place due to an earlier accident. And that's about it right now. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
It is 4 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you what's going to be going on at 7:20 this morning. We're playing a new game from the mind of Paul, and this one is called Whose Hit Is It? And you can win a pair of tickets to see Journey and Def Leppard this September at the Gorge. Awesome 7:20.
Over the weekend, I drove by Oberto, and I felt sad because we just announced last week that they are selling.
Yeah.
And it's something that everybody here knows is a local company, and you kind of feel good about being able to go buy your jerky and know that it's a Seattle company. It's
No,
a
when I
Washington
buy
company.
my jerky, I want to know it's local. No, I'm kind of serious. I'm a fan, like all of our craft beer and stuff.
Right.
If I were drinking beer, I would go out of my way to go with a Seattle crafted beer. So I think that makes sense.
It is nice to know that it's something local, and especially something like jerky, because it's not normally. You think of it as some just big company and it's out of the Midwest or Texas or something. But no, Oberto Brands said they are selling their company after being in business for 100 years.
That's a good run.
I know a lot of people who would like to buy it.
Yeah, everybody.
I don't think they've got the money. But
I don't have the money.
I have no idea what that would cost. $100 million or something crazy.
I don't know the price
because they do
tag,
very
yeah.
well. They're making beef jerky in general is making a big splash or a bigger splash than they were. Everybody's got their commercials. The Sasquatch working out with the Green Bay Packers and some such thing. So I think it's a great company if you got the money.
well, if money didn't matter, what local company or institution would you like to own?
Well, there's a couple ways I could go on this. I could go with the one that would be valued at the most money, as long as I don't have to do it. Or I can go with something I find really fun. And every morning now, taking my new way to work that I do, I pass Ozzy's. You know, the bar and restaurant?
Yeah.
I want to own Ozzy. They got pool tables. I own my own sticks, remember?
That's
I went out and got
right.
crazy and bought a $120 stick, and I still suck. Apparently, purchases don't make you better. So I got that. I've recently decided maybe I should sing karaoke, me and the wife.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to go play the guitar and sing country songs in a
Yeah.
bar, yet I'm too afraid to do karaoke. So I got to get over that fear. They have it there. They have everything there. So Ozzy's Bar is
I like
on
it.
Mercer Street is what I'd like to own.
Would you immediately change the name to Danny's
Yes,
or leave it as Ozzy's?
Maybe Danny presents Ozzy's because it's a big sign that's been there a very long
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
I like my name up in lights. But if I can't get a star, buddy, I'll take a bar.
You could have a
everything
star.
that rhymes. Then I'll take a car. I won't go far.
You could have a star on the sidewalk in front of Ozzy's.
Well,
like
I
that,
will when
if
I
you
own the place.
it.
So that's my local business. There are a bunch of others because we have some bitchin' businesses here. But right now, I'm going to start with Ozzy's Bar. I'd like to own it.
Are you guys listening? What local company or institution would you love to own? Call us right now at 800-252-1025.
So here's the deal. Alberto Beef Jerky, real good company. I see their commercials on TV. I've been known to eat their products. Real good for most diets. It's lean. It's the beef jerky company that I would like to own, and they're selling it, which begs the question, what local company or business would you like to own? 1-800-252-1025.
I like the way you were making your suggestion about what to own, because obviously we'd all want to own Amazon.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we'd
Boeing.
all be millionaires. But
no-
that's
no
not fun.
No offense, you guys calling in and stuff, but that's not fun. Of course, we all want to own Amazon, but it doesn't beat my Ozzy's bar.
Right.
So what's the most fun? You're a gazillionaire. And by the way, I've seen lines outside Ozzy's door. I'm going to make money when I own
yeah.
it. And I'm going to be the
crazy.
karaoke master.
Right. Well, what local company or institution would you love to own is the question at 800-252-1025. We're saying, all right, if money doesn't matter, boring is Amazon. Not as boring, Ozzy.
Right.
And I think maybe I'm going to own Dick's.
You should own Dick's.
I don't have my own. I think it would be
Yeah.
kind of fun to own Dick's. Drive in.
Driving.
I don't know if that came out quite as disguised as you would have hoped.
Their fries are awesome.
Their fries are
Yeah.
awesome.
And everybody would love me. Although, they're doing okay, so I don't think they'll be selling anytime soon.
No, but you can. The premise of this whole thing is you can wish to own Dick's.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
wish to own
Ozzy's was,
Dick's.
of course I would go Space Needle. I love it there. Matter of fact, I'm going to go Space Needle.
Yeah, why
but
not?
This is a local bar, man. It's not going to cost me anything. I get to be the karaoke guy that says, all right, who's up next? And you've lost that love and feeling all night long. It sounds
I can't
bitchin'.
wait to hear you do karaoke. Will you
I'm
invite
gonna
me?
do it. No, not the first time. I'm really scared. I'm 58 and I've never done it. Once drunk with Mario Lopez, he pulled me up and we did 30 seconds of I Think I Love You. Aside from that, I've never done it.
Okay. Well, I look forward to it. 800-252-1025, a local company or institution you would like to own. Let's hear from Paul and Buckley.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's really kind of odd that you picked this because I was making pancakes this morning made by a company here in the Seattle area called Krusty's. And that's a company I'd like to own. They've been in business since 1932.
I don't mean to be rude because I like it, but where if I owned Ozzy's, I wouldn't change the name. I may put my name above it, Danny's Ozzy's.
Yeah.
But I would change any food company that was named Krusty.
To be honest
I
with
think.
you, I've bought plenty of their baking mixes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how you said it.
I thought it was Crustix.
I thought it was somebody's
But
name because it's with a K.
Paul and Buckley has been kind enough to call us for the last several years. My vote goes that he's right.
No,
It's
I think
called
he is
Krusty's.
right. I think it is called Krusty's, and they make a great pie dough, but
Oh.
it is a strange name.
I've bought
Krusty's makes perfect sense for pie dough.
the gingerbread
Flakies, maybe.
box mix. They've got all of them, but I just thought it was somebody's name. I've never said it out loud. I don't want to buy Krusty's.
Well, no, you have to own Krusty. Plus, together, the other one you want is Dick's, right?
Yes.
Put those two together and see what you have. What you have is a shower.
What local company or institution would you love to own? Call us at 800-252-1025. What about you, CJ in West Seattle?
Hey, CJ.
I want to buy Rainier beer and bring it back here.
Yeah.
That's a perfect one. That's
Nice
very
rhymes.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, buy a Rainier beer, bring it back here. No, that didn't work. I like that one there. Thank you there,
I like
CJ.
that one too. And they are trying to kind of expand their repertoire. I bought their pale ale not too long ago. It was not bad.
All right, can I have another bar or
Sure.
club?
Although
Which
I
is
don't, you
funny
might
since
want to
you're
ask
sober.
Amy.
All right, have
because-
you guys ever heard of a place in this? Because it's so not us. The Little Red Hen.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah, it's like a country bar.
Again, it's a country bar that has free line dancing lessons every day.
Nice.
How awesome is that?
Nice.
And let's go for it. Ready? Their first happy hour of the day starts at 9 in the morning. Yeah.
Wow.
9 to noon, and then another one from 4 to 7. That's the
Wow.
Little Red Hen for me.
Well, then I'm going to own the hockey bar, the Angry Beaver,
Yeah.
before you buy them all.
Oh, yeah, you got to have the Angry Beaver. That's perfect for you.
I love the Angry Beaver bar, the hocky bar.
How hard are you working at this thing? Because you just
Dixon
train
and
wreck.
Angry Beaver.
You are the queen of the single entendre, young lady.
I don't mean to. David Federal Way, what local company or institution would you love to own?
Hey, Sarah,
Yeah,
how do you get to Guam?
I hop a Dave.
Atta girl, hop a day from Guam, guys.
He got me there. I got
Hi,
nervous.
Dave. How the hell are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hey, I'd like to own the Great Wolf Lodge down there and also add to it, bring Kelly Slater's surf ranch to it, and open a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school inside.
You know what? It's a money maker. The last time, no, I wasn't even on this cruise ship. Come to think of it, I'm seeing commercials for cruise ships that have like all this stuff that he's talking about.
Yeah.
You can take jujitsu lessons on a cruise ship.
So
Get
why
all
not
over
put it
that,
all
Hoppa
there?
Dave.
Yeah, put it all at Great Wolf Lodge. People
Oh.
love it.
Are there any cruise ship companies that are local? Because I
Yes.
want to own it. Which is it? Steve's.
Norwegian?
Yeah, Norwegian.
Is it the one that's right down here?
Norwegian
Or is it
gives a
Royal
clue
Caribbean?
that it might be owned in Norway.
Royal Caribbean.
All right, Royal Caribbean. I want to own it.
It also seems foreign, right?
Yeah, it does.
Caribbean.
Wait, am I crazy? I think that's the one. Their offices are.
I
Right
mean,
down the
we
street
have
from here.
docks, and I'm sure they have offices, but I don't think any of them are based here.
Derek, look it up.
All right,
I'm
But
pretty
you could
sure
own
we
a
have
cruise
one.
line.
back to work. Yeah, I want to own a cruise line.
Let's hear from Karen in Everett.
Hey, Karen.
Hey, hi, you guys.
Hi.
I think we should bring back, and I would love to buy it, and that would be Herpes Drive-In.
Well, I don't know if I've been here long enough or it's just not in my neighborhood. What is it?
It's they sold burgers and fries, and they came out around the time that McDonald's did. I think if they would have advertised as much as McDonald's, they would have beat McDonald's.
Huh.
And I think the downfall might be in the. It's called herpes.
Herpes.
Oh,
And
well,
there's-
that's different because come have a herpes doesn't sound that good to me. So now I got it. It's
Right, but
herpes.
Crusties.
There's still
Herpes
a
and
handful
dicks.
of herpes around, but not drive-ins anymore.
I heard
Gotcha.
1 in 6 restaurants are herpes.
David in Federal Way, a local company or institution you would love to own.
I would like to own the zoo in Seattle so I can put some animals in there. The animals are always asleep or they're not out. It's just a terrible zoo.
He's just going to go prod them all.
How dare you animals not entertain me from your cages?
David is actually a longtime caller. It's nice to have you back, Dave. I
is.
appreciate that. The Woodland Zoo. I've not. I don't even know if I've been there yet. But if the animals are always sleeping, I'm kind of with Dave on this. I'm mad.
Can I tell you, I went to the Woodland Park Zoo once. I took my beaver there,
Yeah.
and there was a gorilla that wanted that beaver and was like trying to touch it and then started pounding the glass, and I got scared and ran
Again.
away.
Yeah.
It's true. It
No, I
happened.
believe that a gorilla
Yeah.
wanted to touch a beaver.
Right.
Why a good red-blooded American ape?
Kept on pounding.
Corey in Olympia, a local company or institution you'd like to own?
The Northwestern for the deadliest catch.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Super good call, man.
Get off my boat, Captain Sig. I'm the captain now.
You'd be just shocked, unless you already know, how much those boats are.
I bet
the
they're
way they're
crazy
equipped, there's
expensive.
several $1 million. Not just like $1 million. There's several $1 million.
And then Corey would have all the crab he wants.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
All the king crab, no less.
Yum. What about you, Linda in Shoreline, a local company or institution you'd like to own?
I'd like to own a Starbucks. I think
Because
that
you love
would be-
coffee?
Yes, I do.
I think Tori would like to own Starbucks
You know,
too.
in the, hey,
Truth.
it's local, it doesn't matter how much it costs, it
Yeah.
should just be fun. I think she may win because that meets all those things, and she's a gazillionaire now to own Starbucks. I like it.
Tori, did she take yours, or is there something else you'd like to own?
I actually want to own El Gaucho. And I want to hire all these like Rat Pack impersonators and just act cool and
Wow.
get drunk and play the piano.
Oh, that'd be
Fun.
great.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. I'm assuming you've been there, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, my wife took me there for my birthday. It's one of the greatest places on earth. It's so good. That is a very good call, young lady.
Now, when you do own it, will Danny be hired as one of your performers?
Sure, you can be Dean Martin.
All right. Just like Dino.
Just like him. What about you, John, in historic Kent?
Hey, John.
I'd like to own the Moore Theater.
Oh, that's a good
Moore
one.
Theater.
I've seen a lot of
You
stuff
know?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have some really good bands.
Who did I see there recently? The wife, the much younger than I am wife that drags me out of the house to see.
Oh, did you see?
I saw somebody that had a bunch of hits. And it was funny because they walk out on stage and they're all older than me, which makes me feel happy. And then they start jumping around like
Wasn't
young
that
people.
I'm Henry VIII I Am people?
No, that's Herman's Hermits.
Wasn't it somebody
This is
like
somebody,
that?
I keep wanting to say the Kinks. That's not the
Turtles,
Kinks.
I forget who it was.
Somebody
It was-
like that.
Can't remember. Paul, what local company or institution would you like to own?
Smith Brothers Dairy, who's like another fantastic local company. It's been around 100 years.
Are
They're-
there actual Smith brothers?
Yeah, and they
Neat.
deliver to 50,000 houses every week now, and I just love the nostalgia of that still existing. The old school milkman who brings your milk
Right, I
and
love
butter
that.
and cheese,
I love that.
delivers
All right,
it to your house.
I'll see your Smith brothers, and I'll raise you the Canless brothers.
Oh,
and I'd
yeah.
like to own Canless Restaurant, where I was just reading about this. Do you know their mom or their grandmother used to live in the restaurant when they had nothing or above it?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Really?
now there's
Wow.
the two brothers run it. It's a staple of Seattle. It's bitchin'.
Yeah.
If I could afford to eat there a lot, I would. Now that I own it, I can.
Derek, what do you want to own?
Well, first things first, Holland America is local. They're located right down the street from us.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a Sarah.
Thank you.
And I would like to own Ivers and add 4 more R's to the name and call it Ivers.
That's fairly genius, young man. You need to work on your pirate, but that is genius, young man.
And yummy. Oh, look at the time. We need to get ready to play Whose Hit Is It?
Whose hit is it?
This is for your chance to win tickets to see Journey and Def Leppard in September at the Gorge. If you want to play and win these tickets, call us right now, 800-252-1025. We are playing Whose Hit Is It for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Journey and Def Leppard September at the Gorge. In order to win, you will have to correctly identify whose hit it is. I'm going to guess either Journey or Def Leppard from Danny's clue.
Well, spoiler alert.
It's a pretty good guess.
All right, our contestant is Adam in Edmonds.
Hiya, Adam. How you doing?
Good morning, folks.
Good morning. Let me ask you this. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh, most of the time, Danny, most of the time.
Alrighty then. And how about this? Do you understand the rules of the game?
I do.
All right, then let's get started, shall we? Whose hit from their 1981 album Escape reached number 9 on the Billboard Top 100? The hit shares its name with a song and album by Olivia Newton-John, but it's probably better known as having the best opening keyboard riff in rock and roll music history and the most paid downloads of any song from the 20th century, with over 7 million copies sold in the U.S. Can you tell us, whose hit is it?
That would be Journey's hit.
That would be, in fact, Journey's hit, my friend.
That would be correct.
For extra credit, do you know the song?
Oh, man, would that be Separate Ways?
That would be incorrect.
That would be incorrect, but it doesn't matter. You're definitely going to the
Yeah.
concert. There's another clue, is the fact that we're playing it to you right now. But
Oh, don't stop believing.
there you go. Don't stop believing that you, sir, are going.
You're going to the Jeep Winners Winter Lobby to pick up the tickets to see Journey and Def Leppard at the Gorge. You can join us again tomorrow at 7:20 for another exciting round of Whose Hit Is It?
This traffic report is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino. We are seeing some stop and go traffic on I-5 northbound as you make your way between Mid-Boeing Field and Seneca Street. Other than that, all the roadways are looking pretty clear. Celebrate Lunar New Year with a chance at over $1 million in cash, a brand new Ford, or a trip to Hong Kong and Beijing. The fun starts February 10th and goes through February 18th at Snoqualmie Casino, above it all. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
You know, the weekends are so great for a lot of people. It means catching up on sleep. You try to sleep late, you try to make up for all those nights you were tossing and turning during the week. Well, how about you get rid of all those nights you toss and turn? How about you get a My Pillow? You will fall asleep faster and you will stay asleep. Sleeping on a My Pillow has changed my life. I used to think waking up, several times a night was normal. It's not normal. My pillow wound up getting super flat as the night went on. It got super hot and I had to flip it over, punch it, fluff it up. That doesn't happen anymore. There is no cool side to the My Pillow. It always stays cool and it keeps its shape. My Pillow is fantastic. It comes with a 10-year warranty and there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, try it out and return it. And now is a great time to do it because they've got the 4-pack special. 2 My Pillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere My Pillows for half off if you use my promo code KZOK. Call 800-304-4756, 800-304-4756, or mypillow.com with promo code KZOK.
Hey, I'm going to tell you about 3010 Weight Loss for Life. It's a diet or a way of life, whatever you like, that Paul and I have done to lose, 150 pounds, 140 pounds or something like that. But here's the question. If you've ever been overweight and lost that weight, then you know a level of happiness that doesn't come from when you're overweight. I know people that try and disguise it. I'm happy at this weight. I have not met one person who is, say, 30 pounds overweight. Something you'd really notice that is as happy as if they lost the weight. Things are hard to do. The stairs are hard to do. I'm telling you, if you've got that situation, you're just 10, 20, 50, 100 pounds overweight, you want to give a call to my friends at 3010 Weight Loss for Life. Tens of thousands of people have done it before, lost hundreds of thousands of pounds, I believe, at 3010 Weight Loss for Life. They'll teach you how to eat right. They'll educate you so you know in the future not to make the same mistakes twice and to live lean forever. Oh, live a lean life. I'm making that one. I'm trademarking that right now for 3010 Weight Loss for Life. Hey, if you're ready to lose that weight and keep it off like I did, go to 3010 Weight Loss for Life. Here's the phone number, 855-843-3010. That's 855-843-3010. Or go to 3010weightlossforlife.com.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Staples. It's going to be another beautiful sunny day today. Colder temperatures with highs in the mid to upper 40s. It's currently 35 in downtown Seattle right now. Let Staples help you this tax season with everything you need for less, from storage boxes and filing supplies to software like QuickBooks and TurboTax. And right now, get up to $15 off when you buy TurboTax. Ends 2/17/18, excludes TurboTax Basic. Staples, it's pro time. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Coming up, we will keep you informed of what's going on. It's the big news of the day.
Some of the stories we're talking about, bad news for people who are planning a trip to Disney.
What?
Something unusual is on the horizon for Donald Trump, according to his son.
What?
And one school is in trouble for its very expensive requirement of its students.
What?
Next.
It wouldn't be big news unless it was brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE or go online to goldbergjones.com.
Yesterday, Disney made an announcement. Ticket prices are going up at both Walt Disney World in Orlando and Disneyland in California. Both are increasing.
I'm going next month with the little woman, and I thought the tickets were outlandish then. They're like $120 per person or some such thing.
Crazy.
It's great.
The way that,
if you're making, I don't know, 50 grand a year, 60 grand a year, that is a nice living. That's a very comfortable living. That's above the average for America. That's got to be a huge dent in your savings to take you and your wife and your 2 kids, or vice versa, to Disneyland, and it's $1,000.
Right.
the way it's going to work is different levels of pricing depending on when you go. There is peak pricing, regular pricing, and then value days.
Oh, I don't approve.
If you go, say, during Christmas, you are paying peak prices.
You know, that doesn't kill me, to be honest. I don't like the tollways here that are like $10 one second, $4 another second, 35 cents, and then what, $300 one day of the week. I hate it.
Now, if you decide to go during peak times, $129 for adults and $123 for kids.
I'm going, I think,
hardly saving anything for a kid.
March 13th, you're not saving anything for a kid. So I'm going, that's a nothing hour because it's March
I don't know.
and they don't care.
It might be. It depends.
It's still going to be $400 for the day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Easily.
There's not a big change for kids because the place is designed for kids. But the thing they have the hardest time is getting people there when the kids are in school. So
Right.
they want to spread it out. Everybody goes when the kids are out of school in the summer, spring break,
I would
stuff
tell
like
you,
that.
as a recovering alcoholic, back in my drinking days, the thing that would stop me from going, no good bars. You know, the one or two places, maybe only one place that I can think of that serves alcohol was a sit-down restaurant. There should be bars all over that place. You'll make a fortune. What if there were like 15 bars that you just walked by? Like, you know, as often as you see Mickey Mouse or Goofy, there's a bar. Or Mickey Mouse and Goofy might serve you a drink. They'd make so much more money.
On Friday, Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, unveiled a new venture in the family enterprise.
Oh, my God.
The 2018 issue of Trump Magazine.
Oh, it's a very bad idea.
Is this a new magazine?
He put this out via Twitter, so all we have right now is his tweet that was hashtag hot off the press and then a snapshot of the cover. The cover image is of the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C., and it is believed that this will be the return of Trump Magazine.
Oh, there used to be one.
There used to be one, sort of. Trump Style and Trump World and then Trump Magazine. He tried 3 different versions. None of them worked.
All dumped. And he also, and if any of these things are still in business, you know, I don't know about this stuff. I'm just taking a shot. Wasn't there Trump ties made in China? Didn't that cause him a big grief?
It's hard to keep track of all the different products
and
he's had.
There was Trump steaks.
Yep.
Where he tried to sell meat.
Right.
Why is he selling meat?
Trump University? That
Trump
didn't work
University.
out?
That was different because at least that had an air of, of course. And then it turned out to be, in my opinion, a criminal venture.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of other information about this, but according to his kid, Trump Magazine.
Remember when a president's son tried to do that and he put out a magazine, we're going to call it George? It was John F. Kennedy Jr. And that still tanked.
Right.
And this is from a lunatic son. Allegedly, I don't even know the president.
A Tokyo public school has new uniforms, triggering a wave of criticism in the country. When you go to private school in Tokyo, they say it is extremely expensive. Most private schools are extremely expensive.
But everything in Tokyo is expensive.
Right. This is an elementary school that is already super expensive. They have announced they have new uniforms that are created by Giorgio Armani.
Right on.
$730.
You mean George our money? Oh.
$700 seems like a steal for an Armani suit.
A navy blue jacket, matching pants or a skirt, a long sleeve shirt, and a hat. $750. They are upset because the kids are all going to want to wear this.
Right, sure.
And how do you come up with an additional? That's for one outfit.
If you live in Tokyo, you take it out of the change drawer, don't you? I mean, your house was $17 million.
They are, there's a lot of parents who are very upset with this. How many do you have to buy? I mean, Jelly Bean's not at uniform level yet, is she?
No, but you probably have 3 or 4 at least.
I didn't even think about that.
Logan Paul, known for his YouTube channel, People who
And being an idiot.
yes,
And Top Chef.
people.
Was he on
He's
Top
a guest
Chef?
judge. I told you that. And then I
Oh,
asked you if
yeah.
you were caught up, and you said, no, I went, oh, spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
But he does a great job. That's the first time I ever saw him. Then he went bad like the next day.
Yeah.
For people who didn't know Logan Paul, they got to know him when on New Year's Eve he posted a video of a trip to the forest known in Japan, known for suicides, where he filmed an apparent suicide victim and his own reaction to that victim,
Which was laughter.
which was laughter.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. He laughs out loud.
Yeah, they're laughing.
awful.
Him and all his friends.
It's not
are
nervous
laughing.
laughter, like, oh my God, there's a dead body. I don't know what to do.
I mean, even if it is, don't post that. Like,
It's his thing. It's his right.
graphic
Maybe
and
people
it's-
shouldn't hang themselves in the death forest.
Well, he posted an apology,
Yeah.
and then he posted another apology, and then he started getting into a little bit more of difficulty because of the pushback from the family, from
Right.
people who found it in poor taste. It's gotten worse. YouTube announced they will be temporarily suspending ads on his YouTube channel because he did something else. Did you watch the video for this one, Paul?
no, I didn't watch this one. I saw.
I don't even know what we're talking about yet.
I'm asking if Paul wanted to describe it, if he had seen it. This is not the kind of thing I can watch. He tased an animal.
A rat. It was a dead rat. It was my understanding was that it was dead before he tasted it. I don't.
Yeah,
I guess that
I
makes it
just
better.
saw it. It's 2 dead rats on the ground, and he has a taser, and he
So-
shoots the dead rats with a taser.
Basically, it's Frankenstein, which we've all paid money to see 17 different versions of. I don't hate this guy. I hate him because he's young and handsome. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to YouTube.
You can't tase dead stuff. I've been tased, and I'm not as good as a dead rat.
He also
But you volunteered to be tased. Well,
The
or
rats are dead.
or you ran from the police. I'm not sure which one.
Okay.
He also said he would eat a Tide Pod for every retweet he got from his followers. YouTube is trying really hard to stop this Tide Pod challenge that teenagers and young adults are doing.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I thought I watched him. I didn't know who he was, never heard of him. They just introduced this guy, and then he was in the news the next day. So I had seen him, blonde hair, not a bad looking kid. And I want to make fun of him because of what he did later, but he actually did a fine job sitting around with hosts of one of my very favorite shows, and he did okay. But now it seems like he's just begging for trouble, but I do not understand the problem with tasing dead rats.
And they're not taking his channel away. They're just restricting his ability to make,
to make
millions
money.
of dollars out of
Yeah,
it.
well, that's as good as taking a channel.
Yeah.
You're doing it. You might as well make sock puppets at home.
It's estimated he earned $12.5 million last year, and it's from those ads. But he took it another step too far with the Tide Pod challenge.
The Tide Pod thing is stupid.
Yeah.
Dummy. That's your look at big news, and it's brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men at 1-800-DIVORCE or online at goldbergjones.com.
That's right. We have more coming up business news with Jim the Flagger.
And now, business news from Jim the Flagger.
Amazon announced they'd start delivering Whole Foods groceries via their fast shipping Prime Now service in select cities, and they plan to expand it across the country later this year. Amazon Prime members will receive 2-hour delivery for free and 1-hour delivery for $7.99 on orders of $35 or more. So with the free shipping option, a bottle of asparagus water and some organic kale from Whole Foods will only run you about $49.95. What a deal.
You remember asparagus water? That's crazy. Thanks, Jim.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. We are still seeing some delays with some stop-and-go traffic on I-5 northbound between Mid-Boeing Field and Seneca Street. About a 15-minute delay. Other than that, most of your roadways are pretty clear this morning. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit Staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Everybody talking about the housing market. So many people scrambling to buy a home. But if you already own a home, how about you put a little more money in your hands with a refi? Yeah, you could do a cash out refinance with American Financing. I bet you don't even realize that you have access to significant amounts of money. Maybe you've got a lot of debt. Maybe you've got this, high interest credit cards. Maybe you've got some student loans you still need to pay off. How about a refinance? American Financing, if you call and talk with them, you'll speak to a salary-based mortgage expert who can help you with a loan or with the refinance that is right for you. If you're ready to buy, absolutely, they are the ones to call to help you. And if you're thinking about a refinancing, definitely give American Financing a call. There are no upfront fees, and it's a family-owned business. What are you waiting for? They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can feel good about doing business with them. American Financing, reach out 206-204-3200. 206-204-3200 or AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334.
It is 1 minute after 8 o'clock in the morning. I got a question for you. It's kind of rhetorical, and that is, who wants pancakes from our friends at IHOP?
Me.
I do.
Everybody does. As a matter of fact, that's the first place I went on my 55th birthday because they had a special and I could save some money on pure deliciousness. Well, they are not just about pancakes. No. IHOP has over 10 different big omelets, all served with a side of pancakes, so you don't have to choose. Keep listening this hour for your chance to win a $25 gift certificate to IHOP.
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
We've had a lot of criminals make news for putting something they're trying to hide where the sun doesn't shine.
Right, sure.
Either they, it's in a pinch and it goes.
Well, of course it's in a pinch. It's going to pinch a little.
Sometimes they swallow it, but most of the time it's a hiding place.
Yeah.
Right.
But there is
Either way, it's coming out the same direction, right?
correct. There is a prisoner.
Any guesses to how many times I've done that? Because I used to take some drugs that would make you crazy paranoid, and you just start swallowing them for no good reason in your own home. Yeah, it's crazy. Couldn't be more pleased I quit that.
I bet. Well, there's a prisoner now who is making news, a criminal, alleged criminal. He is refusing to go number 2 because he allegedly swallowed drugs and they're waiting for it to pass.
So how long is he held? Like 3 days?
24 days.
Is that possible?
It is indeed possible.
Well,
That right
it's
there,
possible.
it makes me doubt your innocence. Whatever the other charges were,
Right.
the fact that for any reason at all you've gone 23 days, it's crazy to me.
A completely valid point by Paul.
And he is getting to the point where it's dangerous.
Well, I don't want to get us off on something else because I'm not really sure what we're going to talk about with the guy who won't go to the bathroom. But, it seems like they could x-ray the guy. Like, is it weird in England you need a warrant to x-ray? Because you need a warrant to go there in America, but not to get an x-ray.
I don't know that it's enough probable cause just to see something on an x-ray. What is it? It could be, he could say that's just broccoli.
Super expert readers on those things. I watch a lot of TV, young lady.
I mean, I guess I assumed that they've seen something on an x-ray or they know for sure something's in there. They just aren't going to go in for it.
And because they don't want to, because they're lazy, because they know it'll come out someday.
I think the actual, actually going into the body for it is a whole nother level.
No,
like,
it's a
versus
search
waiting
warrant.
for it to come out.
It's absolutely a search warrant, and if you're right, and they absolutely know, then they have probable cause to get a search warrant.
I bet you can't just operate on an American to get the drugs out of their belly. I bet you can't.
I think you just wait for nature to run its
No,
course.
but I don't think you have to wait. Whatever it is, England's doing something wrong, but that's why, there were 12 of us when we beat them up. What do they know about anything?
But I don't know that anyone would choose to do that because it's not good for you. The human body works in a specific way for a specific
Choose
reason.
not to go number 2? One of my favorite pastimes. And when I say pastimes, I think you know what I'm saying.
But I think we have all gone a long time without doing something, just not that something.
No, certainly not that.
I mean, I know for me, this is going to sound really sad, but I got stomach poisoning, food poisoning, and I had drank a beer. I didn't drink beer for 4 months. Now, for me,
Why?
Because it was like, you ever gotten sick on something? Like sometimes,
Yeah, but you didn't get sick on beer. You got sick on stomach poisoning.
I threw up beer.
Okay,
and I was like, I never want to drink beer again. And for me, 4 months without beer,
that's crazy.
That's outlandish.
That's outlandish. How dare they?
Now, by choice, typically is why you go without something. I mean, what have you gone a long time without doing?
I went 2 years, 1975 and 6, without getting a haircut.
What?
Yeah, I got off the partridge family, and now I can look any way that I wanted. And everybody I knew in my neighborhood, ponytails and stuff like that. So I went 2 years without getting a haircut.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Did
but
it look good?
I had a decent ponytail for a while. No, it didn't look good. I have crazy, frizzy nightmare bozo hair. But I liked my ponytail for a little bit.
Yeah, I bet. I'd love to see pictures of that. Well, you guys listening, when have you gone a long time without doing something? What was it? Let us know by calling 800-252-1025.
So there's this guy, he's in jail in England, and he hasn't gone number 2 in so long, it's now number 14, and they're getting kind of sick of it. But they got some kind of weird due process over there, and it begs the question, what have you put off? What did you not do for a very long time? I'll give you our phone number, 1-800-252-1025.
Bruce in Everett, when have you gone a long time without doing something?
Is when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Me and a bunch of guys decided to stop cutting our hair till they won the Super Bowl again.
Oh, boy.
So how long is your hair?
About halfway down my back.
Woo!
You really, what was it, 2014? 2000, when
yeah,
did we?
It's been
3 years.
Three full
3
years?
years, man. And it might be a minute or two to get to cut your hair again. Are you going to stick with this?
Yeah, we're going to stick with it. Everybody that I used to hang out with decided to quit because of either their wives or their girlfriends put it at him and told him to cut it. And they said, well, Bruce isn't. Can we keep ours going? They said, nope. It's either divorce or breakup, and I'm still going.
You noticed that Bruce
you.
said everybody he used to hang out
Right,
with?
absolutely. So, Bruce, do you have a wife?
No.
Well, you're cheating. You don't have a wife to tell you that you look terrible.
Did you get broken up with, Bruce?
Nope.
No, nobody liked
Bruce
Bruce
just
before.
Do me a favor, Bruce, if you want. Could you email us a picture? I don't know how you would get it. Paul,
that'd be
will tell
good.
you.
Paul at KZOK.com is the easiest way.
Do it, and because I'd love to put that up on our website.
I wanna
Hey, if
see
you want to
it.
see the Bruce who hasn't come since the Super Bowl, you rock, Bruce. Stand your ground.
Send us a selfie right now, unless you're driving, then wait till you get to your destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chucker Rob in Olympia, when have you gone a long time without doing something?
Hey, good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sweetheart. What's up, Trucker Rob?
Oh, buddy, you're as sexy as ever, Danny. We love you.
Thank you. Feeling good about it.
Actually, it's one thing I did here when I was in my 20s. I was 23 years of age. I got a chance to go up to Alaska and do up the crabbing boats up there, up in the Bering Sea, and made a lot of money. And there was about 6 of us on the boat. We all went over a week without any kind of shower whatsoever.
Not even what is affectionately called a whore's bath, where you do the armpits and the busy parts.
A lot of us didn't have time to do that. We were going so fast and heavy, making crab. I mean, it finally got to the point where the captain finally had enough, pulled off somewhere off the crab ground and said, every one of you SOBs, get your rear ends in that damn place and shower. He says,
The captain had to come out and say, hey, this is a fishing boat, and you guys stink.
Yeah.
That's something special. Well, I
amazing.
still love you, Trucker Rob.
I never get people who can go on like a camping trip in the wilderness, not at a campsite, and go a week without showering. It's just gnarly.
No problem for me.
Ew.
I swear to God. Anything makes it inconvenient, and I don't do it. Forget it.
Showering is inconvenient.
No, if there's a reason that showering has become more inconvenient than any other day, I just won't do it. If that happens to be a whole week long, I will do it. Now,
Ew.
just so you know, I have a home with air conditioning and heat and a nice shower, so it doesn't come inconvenient now, but I've lived other ways, and I've gone way more than a week without showering, and I'm fragrant. I remind myself of food.
800-252-1025. When have you got a long time without doing something, and what was it? Yo, in Olympia.
Hey, yo.
Good morning, you people.
What do you mean, you people?
Well, pregnancy does odd things to your body, and for some reason during my first pregnancy, bananas made me sick, and I couldn't eat bananas for until my daughter was 3 years old.
And is that a thing that you would normally enjoy, bananas?
Yes, all
Oh,
the
so
time.
strange.
Bananas go crazy.
I was just reading about something the other day that you couldn't get a banana in Japan for a whole year because there was a craze of a thing called the banana diet. And what you would do, I guess, I've never really heard of it. I read about this one time, but you'd have up to 50 bananas for breakfast until you were stuffed and sick, and then anything you wanted in the afternoon until 2, and then you couldn't diet anymore. People were losing weight.
That's gross.
That's totally gross, but I'm in.
Tori, how long did you go without eating meat?
That was actually mine. Yeah, I probably went for most of my life up until
Really?
2 years ago, probably.
When did you start being an idiot? Vegetarian.
Hey, you know what? I actually never liked meat as a little kid. My mom said I would refuse to eat it, so.
But she is now. She
Yeah.
eats the meat.
My parents eat meat, so that's the weird part. I don't know why I hated it, but
I was the same way, though. I get it.
Other girls that put on Cleopatra makeup don't eat it either. It's trendy and stuff. But I totally support your choice to eat meat now.
It's
That's the way to go.
awesome.
Yeah, isn't meat good?
Oh my gosh.
How great is pork?
Oh, I haven't had pork
Oh
yet.
my God, I'll
I
bring
had
you
bacon.
pork.
Bacon's amazing.
Bacon's pork.
She hasn't had pork.
Bacon's also pork.
Stop it.
Don't be mean, a little soy the meat eater.
I haven't had any beef yet, just a couple of steaks. They were delicious.
Totally different.
Carl in Tacoma, when have you got a long time without doing something?
I haven't shaved my face since 1974.
Whoa, what do you look
Wow,
like?
Carl the
Do
Mountain
you,
Man.
do you look like you should be in ZZ Top?
Pretty much. I'm told that a lot.
All right, we need a picture.
Another
Paul,
selfie.
Paul at
Yeah.
KZOK.com. Carl, will you send us a picture?
I can try to. I'm not very technologically advanced here, but I'll try to.
Well, 4 of those letters are already spelled for you. KZOK. If you could figure out
but
Paul.
Carl's like me. If
Paul
you said, Danny, send a selfie to Paul, I'd go, I don't know how. I have to ask somebody. I have no idea how I'd do that.
No shaving his face since 1974.
I resent Movember.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that about? Now, this guy has 10 Movembers in a row.
Marty in Seattle, have you gone a long time without doing something?
I went to boot camp in 1979, and I swore that I would never exercise again after that, and I've held to that.
For 35 years.
35.
You haven't done a push-up or a sit-up in 35 years.
Haven't taken a long walk, haven't been in a gym, haven't done anything.
Haven't gone up a flight of
aren't you
stairs.
curious?
I'm with Marty. I'm at 37 years. I'm 37 years old. So
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Is Marty gigantic or just
I don't know. Are you
natural?
gigantic?
I'm a little heavy, but not not grotesque, just
Well,
a little overweight.
I'm a good judge of these things.
Pleasantly plump.
How tall are you?
6 feet tall,
How much do you weigh?
230.
Nah, you're
not at all.
sturdy. You're sturdy. More to
No
snuggle.
exercise for
I'm
35.
gonna snuggle, Marty.
Paul, exercise and what else? What is something you've got a long time without doing?
when I was in the 3rd grade, my dad bet me, or really challenged me, that I couldn't go 90 days without watching TV, 3 full months without watching TV. And for some reason, I was just a stupid kid, and I did it. There was no payoff either. I didn't
Oh
win.
my God.
I didn't win a reward, and there was no like personal growth. I didn't come out
I
of
would
this going,
rather my
"Wow, I
dad-
know so much more about my world or myself."
I would rather my dad said, "I'll bet you can't cut off your own foot."
Yeah.
Then you
No,
can't
you
watch
would've-
TV.
you
for
would've
3
died,
I wouldn't
Danny.
do it. I would never do it.
3 whole months, no television.
I was in jail one time. They had no TV, and I made the other inmates dance and stuff.
And that was for like 3
And
hours.
That was like 9 hours, exactly.
Derek, have you got a long time without doing something?
I haven't gone to see a doctor in like 14 years. God knows what kind of sick diseases I'm infested with.
All of them.
Wow.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. In Bellevue on 405 southbound at Lake Washington Boulevard, there's an earlier accident that has been cleared but still causing some minor delays. And you're also going to see some stop and go traffic on I-5 northbound as you make your way from Mid-Boeing Field all the way down through into Seneca Street. Let Staples help you this tax season with everything you need for less, from storage boxes and filing supplies to software like QuickBooks and TurboTax. And right now, get up to $15 off when you buy TurboTax. Ends 2/17/18, excludes TurboTax Basic. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Aer Lingus. It's going to be another beautiful sunny day today. Colder temperatures with highs in the mid to upper 40s. It's currently 35 in downtown Seattle. It's never too late to plan that perfect spring getaway. Aer Lingus, Ireland's airline, invites you to discover Europe this spring. Fly from SeaTac to Dublin and connect to 25 European destinations, including Rome, Paris, and Amsterdam. Smart flies Aer Lingus. That's www.aerlingus.com. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Sadly, police are investigating several separate shootings this morning.
Sadly.
Funny, Paul.
A Buckley woman was shot and killed by a friend over the weekend near the central Washington town of Prosser. The victim is identified as 35-year-old Amanda Hill, who
It's a
was
terrible friend.
Yeah, they got into an argument, a fight that guns then were drawn, or gun was drawn. And the cops were called on shots fired. When they arrived, they found the friend holding this woman in her arms. And
I think at this point we have to say former friend, right?
I don't know. You're mad, but you're bestest pals.
Yeah.
Then it goes crazy and somebody draws a gun and shoots you. Not a very good friend at all. Then you go, what have I done? And then you cradle them in your arms and call the police or whatever you do, and you're holding that person when they get there. I think you might be a friend again.
That redeems it? That brings it
I don't
back
know that
in?
it redeems it. I'm just telling you that's how this. I'll bet they're going to be friends again.
One of them is deceased.
Well, it's easy to be your friend. She stopped doing stuff wrong. Well, now I feel bad.
As well, you should.
I should. Yeah. No, I live over here. You are terrible people. I make an honest mistake. I make an honest mistake.
Okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear that Sarah and I are laughing at Danny and not.
Yes, but let's be clear. Sarah and Paul are laughing. I am not. I feel shame about my horrible mistake. You guys are intentionally bad.
Police are also investigating a fatal shooting that happened overnight at a Seattle nightclub. This took place at Studio 7 on South Horton Street in South Seattle. A 27-year-old man was shot. He did not survive. Anyone with information about this shooting is urged to contact the Seattle Police tip line. And unfortunately, there are more investigations into shootings. This time it is Skyway. Yesterday, a 45-year-old man was found shot to death in a driveway of a home there. The investigation is ongoing. No gun, no witnesses at this point. And lastly, a 19-year-old man was shot and critically wounded last night in Pioneer Square. Medics were called to Pioneer Square at 7 o'clock for reports of a gunshot victim. This was at First and Cherry. He suffered life-threatening wounds. No info about the shooter.
Is that 5 shootings in our area in 24 hours?
I tally 4, but...
Oh, that's insane.
It's insane, just the same.
Yep. How about some good news in the news?
Please.
Love that.
We'll go elsewhere. No, I'm just kidding.
We go now to Florida.
Dockless bike share provider Lime Bike this morning has added 500 electric assist bicycles to their fleet. That will give users a boost to tackling some of the hills, some of the bummer parts about riding a bike in our city. Lime Bike will have these bikes that are a little bit more expensive than the standard. The rent is $7. Regular is $1.
Is that for an hour?
It's per hour.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not bad.
For an electric bike?
Yeah, because a couple of the hills there are only certain streets in Seattle, certain rides that I like to do. Because, like, once you get down to Mercer from my house, I like Pike Place Market and all that. But the vast part of Seattle is almost impossible for a normal person to ride. It's just too hilly.
Yeah.
But I have an electric bike. Who are those guys that advertised?
Rad Power Bikes.
Rad Power Bikes, guys. Awesome. I have one of those, and now I can ride around because I live up Queen Anne Hill. It just took all the joy out of riding a bike. I have to drag it up there. But with the electric bikes, I think this is a great idea.
Yeah. We've talked so much about the crazy housing market here in Seattle.
Yes, we have.
Rents are sky high. Home prices have gone through the roof, leading the nation. Well, a Medina mansion has now sold. It is the most expensive home in the history of Western Washington, and it could be a teardown. It just sold for $26.75 million.
Okay, this is one of those points where I go, well, Sarah, you're reading it wrong. You're crazy. You're a crazy person.
The decimal
right?
points.
Yeah, but you're right,
misplaced.
aren't you?
26.75.
And it might be a teardown.
They said that it's possible another house was sold for more, but it could have been a private sale. But when it comes to tracking, the NMLS listings,
Right.
this is the most expensive property in Western Washington ever sold, 26.75. This is right around the corner from Jeff Bezos and right around the corner from Bill Gates.
Some good company to be in.
Yeah, you're in fine
Yep.
company.
This is on 7887 Overlake Drive West, and it has a lot of land. The house itself was built in 1929, which is why it might be a teardown, or the fact that somebody just wants to build something to make it their own.
You might want to restore. There's a certain charm to that, but there's also a certain charm to turning a key and having everything be perfect.
Yep. It sits on 5,330 square feet.
What?
And
Wait, what?
The existing house is 5,330 square feet, and the property 110,000 square foot lot.
I have no idea how big that is, but I think it's a lot.
Well, think about how big that land is in comparison to the house. So 5,000 versus 110,000.
20 times the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess the buyer was not you.
No, Mo, it's not. As much as I would like to play, I can't.
It's about 2.5 acres it sits on and a beautiful view.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Like out over the water. Yeah.
And sadly, a tourist helicopter crashed into the Grand Canyon in Arizona, killing 3 people, injuring 4 others.
Yeah, the good news on that, because you're looking at it and they say 3 people were killed, you don't get that there were survivors.
Yeah.
There were survivors. 4 people lived through that.
4 people. Witnesses said one of the craziest, seeing it is crazy, but then seeing somebody walk out of the flames, they said was mind-blowing.
And somebody saw somebody, and you can't always, trust eyewitnesses, but somebody says somebody walked out of that thing on fire themselves.
Yep.
Wow.
The winds were up to 50 miles per hour, and it was difficult for rescue crews to reach the victims. They are now investigating the cause of this crash, if it was those winds.
It's another thing, and I'm terribly sorry for anybody's lost, and it's a tragedy, but I'll tell you this, on a personal level, it did not help me out because I would love to do that, and Amy won't do anything. Apparently, anything suspended in space is a thing she won't do.
Sure, yeah.
No, there's
Helicopter?
gondolas. No, I wanted to go on that. I wanted to go on that particular company to that particular Grand Canyon. She said no. Well, maybe it was a good call.
I'd rather do the helicopter in theory than ride the donkey down for 8 hours or whatever it is.
But I'd rather do that because it's stupid. Who wants to ride the donkey?
London City Airport was closed this morning after construction workers discovered a World War II bomb in the nearby Thames River. They said, well, we've discovered this ordnance, and it's probably best if we don't have anybody going to the airport until we get somebody on site.
When you say London City, do you mean Heathrow?
There are several airports, and to my knowledge, London City Airport is not London Heathrow.
Okay.
It's not Gatwick, and I forget the name of the third one that has more of like the Ryanair or
like
the British
our
Air.
Payne Field thing we're doing.
Right. So London City Airport, they implemented a 214-meter exclusion zone to make sure that they could deal with it. They're going to remove it, but what if it went kaplow?
Kaplow.
And that'd be sad.
I've never heard anybody put the L in there before. In the
Kaplow.
Kaplow. I'm down with kaplow. I like it.
Kaplooey.
Kablammy.
Yeah, I think I just made that up. I'm sorry.
I know it's a winner.
That's the British form of kapow.
Yes.
Kaplow.
No, the British form is lift. Oh, no, that's elevators.
At LAX, something a little bit unusual happened over the weekend. A man scaled a fence at Los Angeles International Airport and ran up to a plane, causing a temporary shutdown. They believe the man may have been under the influence of narcotics. They are saying that a pilot actually saw the man run up to his plane. It was a plane that was full of people getting ready to go do something, and they had to go into shutdown mode, and they got him into custody, and he was a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm assuming he was in that.
Crazy pants. Police were called to Nativity of Our Lord Church because a man with his face covered entered the church and was acting strangely.
Well, what else do you have to do besides have a hood on when you enter church to be strange? What else did he do? Cartwheels?
I was going to say worse, but cartwheels would have been a little bit weird. He had his face covered. We're not sure if it was a balaclava or a scarf of some kind, but you couldn't see his face. He sat down at the piano. He lit a cigarette and said, I would like to speak to the clergy. And they said, okay, well, can you show your face? You're making us nervous. Why is your face
First thing
covered?"
I would demand you put your cigarette out. We're in church, man.
Right.
They asked him nicely to show his face. He would not. He then decided to flee, but he stole a large crucifix and then started smashing everything he could. He fled out of the church with the cross, and then police were called to WLUK, where a man was trying to smash the television station's business sign.
You're listening to The Luke.
I was thinking he was out of luck, and that's why he was trying to
very
smash it.
nice.
I don't know. He fled with that giant cross,
I'll
and
bet.
he's gone.
Who took the cross out? No.
Does that look weird though? He's just like walking the streets with a big cross.
Well, it's been
hanging
done.
on his shoulder.
It's been
Like,
done.
Yeah,
before,
yeah. But people stared then.
Yeah, that's
too,
I'm
right?
sure.
And a man in China made news for dropping his phone in the toilet, which people have done before.
Sure.
But in China, the toilets are
Well,
flush.
that's not code. Drop your phone in the toilet.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's real. In China, the toilets are flush with the ground. You know, the squat toilets. It's not a throne, so to speak.
They haven't changed that.
No.
They're
They say
like
it's
beating
more
Apple at
sanitary.
certain things. You'd think they could have real toilets.
Yeah. Well, this man named Tang had been drinking with some friends.
Was he drinking Tang?
I met his brother Poon one time.
He dropped his phone in the squat toilet.
Yeah.
He then decided, I can get this.
Yeah.
He decided to put his arm down the toilet, got stuck. So he sticks his arm in. He's drunk. He trips up a little bit, falls in more, and can't pull his arm back out.
Sure.
They had to call
You
authorities.
say sure like you've done this before.
No, I say sure like I get it. She's describing a thing.
All
He
right.
reaches in, then he stumbles because he's drunk and falls. Yeah, he's into his shoulder.
Okay.
He couldn't call for help.
Because he didn't have a phone.
Didn't have a phone.
Following this story with all your trickery.
Firefighters arrived to the scene and had to dismantle the entire toilet to free him.
That is gross.
He got but not his phone.
You know where you can't buy his phone, Paul?
I do.
Where?
In the duty-free store.
Always going to be funny forever.
A Pennsylvania inmate had 78 doses of LSD, cocaine, and methamphetamine, plus a glass pipe stashed someplace a little unusual.
Jersey?
Well, we've had stories recently about where the sun doesn't shine.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what
right.
killed ODB.
Yeah.
No, this time it was in her weave.
Oh, not a bad one.
Yep, she was booked into jail, and then after a while, they started to hear some buzz about what this lady had. And they're like, how did she get this stuff in? They didn't search her weave. They
How do you
then-
not know to search the weave?
Yeah.
Everybody knows to search the
First
weave.
place I'm looking is in the weave.
Yeah.
It was all hidden there. 8 ounces of cocaine, 8 ounces of meth, 78 doses of acid, and the pipe.
That seems like a lot.
That's a lot for a weave.
That's like Marge Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was true, but when I was in juvenile hall one time, it was rumored that
That's true.
a lot of the guys there had razor blades in their hair. If you
Really?
can hide, you get in a fight. First place you want to go is the hair. It's a
Yeah.
good weapon. I don't call if anybody calls you a punk for pulling hair, but you go on these guys, you'll come back with less fingers.
And it was.
Well, that was the real hair,
afros?
but no, that was their real hair. It was people that could put razor blades, little tiny razor blades in their hair. I don't think you need a whole afro to do it. But I'm just thinking with the weaves today, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Colin
Most of the
Kaepernick-
NFL, by the way, has a weave, according to me. I don't think any of those guys. I think 6 guys in the NFL have real live dreads down to their butt.
Yeah.
Everybody else wearing wigs and stuff.
I think Colin Kaepernick could hide a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
that afro. It's kind of nice. Gives like free up your hands. Put your phone up there.
Better than where the last guy put his phone.
Exactly. And another story involving an airplane. This time, this is a airline called Dana Air. The flight had just started to taxi on the runway. It had just landed, and the emergency exit door came off. A passenger said it was like poof, and yeah. Now, some people said as soon as we landed, we heard a poof-like explosion, followed by a surge of breeze and noise. It was terrible. A cabin crew tried to say a passenger had pulled the hatch, which everyone knew hadn't happened. The cabin crew tried to tell us to stop taking videos and pictures. We would not. They said that the door fell off. There's a passenger named Iga de Gogo, and that
I got a go-go?
I got a go-go? Well,
I
that's
got a
the guy
go-go.
who pulled the door open. The guy who's got a go-go.
He was screaming, "Wake me up before you got a go-go."
Mystery solved.
Yeah. Detective work of Danny and Paul.
Definitely I got a go-go is the guy who jumped out the plane.
I got a go-go.
Okay. Did you make up the entire story or just this passenger's name?
This is a CNN report.
Right.
He told
Fake
CNN.
news.
I got
Fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
It's,
The
the
go-go.
guy's right. Fake news.
There was a problem with the door, and this is a
Yeah, it went-
cover-up.
Of course it's a problem with the door.
I'm not going to tell you everybody else's name on board. But they do believe that there was a problem with this plane, and Nigeria doesn't have a really strong aviation safety record.
Sure.
Now they're trying to think, who do they believe? I got a go-go or the airline?
Or Air Nigeria. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that other person's name. That's amazing. Valentine's Day is on Wednesday.
I know what that means.
You mean you need to get something for the love of your life.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm covered, man.
But remember back when you were in school, for a lot of people, Valentine's Day was fun because you got Valentine's.
Or super high pressure because you were a short, fat, ugly redhead.
No one in particular,
Nobody
right?
in
You just-
particular.
You know, I remember a couple of years of getting like 2 Valentines, and they were just from my girlfriends, and feeling so
Yeah.
sad. A lot
Didn't
of
they try and outlaw a Valentine's Day
a
at
lot of
schools? 'Cause
schools.
The way
don't
they do it now is if you're going to bring any for anyone, you have to bring enough for everyone. So
But can you write on most of them, Happy Valentine's Day, and another one, I love you and want to kiss you?
yeah, I don't think the teacher goes through and reads every Valentine. So, yeah.
Because there's got to be a hook to that.
Did you say I want you to kiss a fish?
Yes. Of course, that's what I said.
Well,
Why wouldn't I have said I would?
No, that's weird.
KFC is giving you a chance to relive your childhood, but with a smelly twist.
Oh, I should go in there and demand they pay me a whole lot of money.
They are coming out with Scratch and Sniff Valentines. This is KFC, so you know what they smell like, don't you?
Fried chicken.
Fried
They
chicken.
that's the special Valentine's. They don't smell like love or something.
Well,
What does love smell like?
I'll tell you when we're off the air.
they do have a heart-shaped box full of fried chicken that you can give to your loved one.
Yeah.
And then there are 4 different
You know
types.
what I would like from anywhere in the world to sell? A heart-shaped box that's shaped like a heart. With
Yeah.
ventricles and tubes and chambers.
I bet you can
And you
find
put
that.
something cool inside that, and you go, here's your heart-shaped box. She'd love you after that.
I bet Tori has sought that out. She's
I'll
the
bet.
morbid one.
Oh my God, I was just saying yeah when Danny was saying this isn't even funny. This is real life.
Yeah. Hunk a big piece of liver in there.
KFC will have these available for free. You make the purchase of the $10 fried chicken, and then you get the Scratch and Sniff Valentines.
$10?
$10.
Because right now you get an 8-piece fill-em-up box with 4 sides for $20, which seems like how do you get that much chicken for
Yeah.
$20 with mac and cheese too?
This is something called the $10 chicken share,
Yeah.
and it has Scratch and Sniff.
By the way, I fully am obsessed and love KFC, but I do also pass one every day on the way home. That's how I know the exact prices and shapes.
Well, it's not time for KFC, but it is time for pancakes.
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 Pancakes. Pancakes from our friends at IHOP. And it's not just about the pancakes. IHOP has over 10 different big omelets, all served with a side of pancakes.
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 Pancakes, so you won't have to choose. If you would like to win yourself some pancakes, caller 10 right now, 800-252-1025 wins a $25 IHOP gift card. Call now.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. In Seattle on Highway 99 northbound at 130th Street, there is a disabled vehicle currently blocking the right lane. And we're also seeing some stop and go traffic on I-5 northbound between Albro Place and Seneca Street. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Hey, congratulations to Rob and Puyallup. You just picked up a $25 gift card to IHOP, and there are more chances to win all day.
A lot going on in sports and entertainment, but just to start with a quick local breaking news story, Amazon has just announced they'll be laying off hundreds of corporate employees, a rare cutback for the company who has been growing and growing and growing. The layoffs are underway right now, and they will fall on several hundred employees at the Seattle headquarters, along with hundreds more elsewhere in their global operations.
And did they give any reason for that?
I
know that in the 8 o'clock segment, we gave it away to a couple of callers. But
Yeah, right.
I don't think they should have fired folks.
Making changes a little too
Yeah,
soon.
calm down.
It's that store they put in downtown where you just go in and you take stuff. They've lost so much money from people just going in and taking stuff. They had to fire people.
According to several employees, the rapid growth in the last 2 years have left some units over budget and some teams with having too many staff members like in their department. So this is according to the Seattle Times. As I said, just breaking news this morning, some people seemingly going to work and finding that their position is being eliminated.
Super unexpected.
Yeah. And some sad news to start music news. Longtime Foghat bassist Craig McGregor died over the weekend after a long battle with cancer at just 68 years old.
Can't believe how to say that.
He became a member of Foghat in 1976, was on many of the band's most popular recordings. He left the group for a spell, but then did rejoin them and had been with Foghat until his sad passing. A limited edition John Lennon figure standing a foot tall.
Are you growling already because you have to buy it?
I'm growling because it's going to be a thing I can't buy.
Yeah.
You can afford this.
Really? What is it?
This isn't history as in like this doesn't have his DNA on it. This is a
He didn't hand carve this.
Right. This is a product which is being made with the approval of Yoko Ono and Epic Rights licensing. It's a foot tall, and it is depicting him during his Imagine era with 3 outfits, 2 interchangeable heads with different expressions.
You swear to God.
And 2
I have to
pairs
get
of
this.
glasses and accessories. It's like Mr. Potato Head.
So you can change its outfits?
Yep.
The thing is, it's not cartoonish. It's lifelike. It's It's like an action figure.
How long is his hair? I want to figure out what era it is.
Decent. It's
Yeah.
Imagine era, so it's in the
Round
late
glasses?
70s, early 80s.
Yes, round glasses.
Round glasses.
Yep.
Okay, I think I got it.
Now, this is available for
So
pre-order.
it's a little over a foot tall, so it's like lifelike for Yoko.
Molecule8.com. You can do your pre-order now. It will ship the first week of April, and the price tag, $299.
Now, do I want it to be nice to my wife, or
Yes.
is it stupid?
No, you have to get this.
Oh, I have to get this?
Yes.
All right.
Come on, it's got interchangeable heads with different expressions and different outfits.
Because here's my great fear. She's been to the guy's house twice.
Yeah.
Here's my great fear. I'm going to come home and she's going to be in the bedroom going, no, John, we'll talk about this later. Danny's home. And I'm going to catch her and everything's going to be freaky.
He's a foot tall, not a foot long.
Are you looking at a picture of it?
Yeah.
And doesn't it look fun?
It does. Yeah, it looks fun. I mean, it's surprising how lifelike it looks. Like I expected when you see, those figures of famous people, you expect it to be more cartoonish.
It's just, I don't even get it. A foot tall thing of John, it's like a thing unto its, except for, I can't think of anything but garden gnomes. That
Yeah.
Who thought this was a great idea? 1 foot John Lennons.
You don't want to put him in your yard, though. You want to change his outfits.
But
every
I
day.
mean, it's just like, who had this idea? I know we'll make tiny lifelike John Lennons and you can change their clothes. It seems like a very odd choice of stuff.
Somebody
you
who
could
wants
do.
to make money.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, you just put John Lennon's name on anything, you'll make money.
Right.
Ex-Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora and his girlfriend, Australian guitar whiz Orianthi, have released the latest in a series of collaborative recordings. They have released a pair of love-themed singles that are arriving just in time for Valentine's Day. Now, we're going to put these up on our website so that you can hear them slowly and at your leisure. But right now, would you like to hear Richie Sambora of Bon Jovi and his girlfriend Orianthi doing a cover of Sonny and Cher?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I got you, babe.
Yeah. That's him?
It sounded a little bit like her again.
Yeah, but it's a big yes
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, it's fun.
Plus, oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's really
It's
fun.
really good. Plus, shouldn't they just start an all-star band? So it's him and his girlfriend, and other people's have been kicked out of other people's bands.
Yeah.
Which is what Ringo does for a living. And go on tour. I'd go see that act in a minute.
Yeah. Orianthi is amazing. She was the one who was doing work with Michael Jackson's This Is It.
She's the blonde chick?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yep.
I didn't know she was
super
so
good.
I think she beats up Sampora when it comes to guitars.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a given. But no, I think she's
fantastic.
better.
She's really
I think
good,
she's
yeah.
better. And she didn't quit Bon Jovi when she didn't have to, so she's not an idiot.
The other song is an original called Forever All the Way, and Tori has put those up on our website for you guys to listen.
I'll tell you, I saw I saw Richie Sambora, and no, it was with the band that comes with this festival. I forget, the Isle of Wight tour festival or whatever it was. But he's singing You Give Love a Bad Name, and I'm thinking, oh, man, you had such a cush job. Now he's like 25 pounds overweight singing covers in the Isle of Wight. But I will go see this. This is great.
Sounds good. Speaking of going to see stuff, KZOK wants you to win a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Awards at the Forum in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we do.
Listen throughout the day. You'll have plenty of chances to win tickets to the show. It comes with airfare and deluxe hotel accommodations. You can also buy tickets on your own right now through Ticketmaster.
Yeah, but if you don't win that, you can still get $25 worth of pancakes at IHOP, and that's not nothing.
That's right.
That makes me very happy.
We'll have more pancakes tomorrow
Yeah, we
and the
will.
next day and the next day.
And what about the day after that?
I think so. I wasn't counting. Did we run out of days?
No, I think you had one more.
All week long. And the next day. Pancakes.
Comedy Central has renewed comedian Daniel Tosh's series, Tosh.0, for additional not one, not two, but 3 seasons.
Really? Jeez.
Just
I
when
thought
I
he
had
was on his
forgotten
way.
about that
I'm
guy.
sorry, what?
I didn't know it was still on.
Right, yeah. Everybody had forgotten about that guy.
I thought he was on his way out. It's a pretty obvious hook.
They're getting to premiere its 10th season on March 27th. How did that happen? That was rhetorical.
Okay, good.
Happy Days icon Marion Ross says she is not looking for any more acting jobs. And now she thinks she's kind of retired.
Yeah.
She's 89.
You know what? I wanted Shirley Jones to have this certain job that was possible. My sister writes a bunch of books. I've shown you those books before. She had one called Fat Chance Texas or something like that. And she wanted me and Shirley and a couple other people with stunt casting, it's called. So I called up Sean and I said, hey, I think I got this really cool thing for your mom. And he was very serious. My mom is completely retired and doesn't do anything anymore. And I'm like, all right, sorry, man. And then I called her and she said, yeah, I'd love to. So I don't know what Sean's up to, little bastard.
So is she going to do it?
I don't know if anybody's going to do it. You have to sell it first. And that's why we were calling Sean. Sean Cassidy's a big-ass movie producer now, TV producer. Who
But
knew that?
he won't do it because he wants his mom to be retired?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sean Cassidy, here's the difference between me and Sean Cassidy. Producing huge hit television shows and Big Brother. That's, I'm one of those guys and it's not the producer.
Well, Marion Ross says she's been retired for the past 2 years.
Nobody told us.
And she said she's been asked to do a lot of different shows and has said no. She said, I was a character actress. I was a mother figure. Now I'm the grandmother, and now I'm the great grandmother type. So she said, I'm still going strong. She did appear, the reason we're talking about this is she was at the Women's Red Dress Collection fashion show on Thursday in New York City. She looks fantastic.
Yeah. So does Shirley, by the way. I should point that out. She was great.
But 89 years old, still going super strong. She said she just hung out with Ron Howard, sadly, at a memorial for his father who died a few months ago. And she said, we're still very close. We have a legacy together in Happy Days. We talk all the time. She said, I actually just talked to the Fonz this week. Ron is finishing his solo movie. Talking to them a couple times a week. She said, they're all still good friends.
Wow, that's nice.
Some people are wondering if Stephen King ever sleeps. The 70-year-old author has just announced a new book, his second of 2018. It's only February. This is
that's right.
A novel that would be called Elevation.
I wouldn't sleep if I was him. Can you imagine the nightmares that guy has?
For sure. Because that's his meal ticket. Some of his The Shining is from a nightmare. In room 217 in a hotel. He's staying there, and then he had nightmares and came out and wrote the movie.
Wow. Now, this latest one is called Elevation, and they said it's going to be less straight-up horror and more magical realism like The Green Mile. So less horror and more just verge of reality.
Right.
Remember the cult 80s series V?
No.
No, not really.
Seriously?
No.
I watched that one in the 80s, and then there was one, those are on like
V for
Nickelodeon
Vendetta?
and stuff.
Like the movie?
No, just V. It's an alien one, and it just came back about 10 years ago. Starred Morena Baccarin, Elizabeth Mitchell. It's the aliens who come to Earth, and they're like, we're your friends. And then all of a sudden, they're not your friends.
Oh.
I believe her. I just
Yeah.
never heard of it.
I think, you know what? In a weird coincidence, I'm not positive that's not a Sean Cassidy production.
Oh, really?
I'm
Weird.
not positive. He did a bunch of alien movies.
Well, they have decided to bring them back. Spoiler alert, they are a group of carnivorous reptilian humanoid aliens known as visitors, or Vs.
Oh, okay. I got it.
They are talking now about bringing this back yet again.
Well, now we'll have another chance to watch it.
Yeah.
And we won't.
Because we missed the last time.
We found out on Friday that Kim Cattrall from Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And Mannequin and a bunch of other stuff. I think she was in that movie. Anyhow, best known for Sex and the City. Her brother had been reported missing, and then on Friday, she disclosed that he had been found dead. Over the weekend, Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City sent her a tweet, sent something on social media, sorry for your loss, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
She did not appreciate that.
Well, she said blah, blah, blah. That's kind of rude.
Well, wait, what did she say? Do you know?
Something super quick. It was, Dearest Kim, my love and condolences to you and yours, and Godspeed for your beloved brother XX.
Well,
Okay.
that's nice.
Yeah, cool.
Kim Cattrall wrote back, you are not my friend. I do not need your love and support. Her whole tweet. My mom asked me today, when will that Sarah Jessica Parker hypocrite leave you alone? Your continuous reaching out is a painful reminder of how cruel you really were then and now. Let me make this very clear, if I haven't already. You are not my family. You are not my friend. So I'm writing to tell you one last time, stop exploiting our tragedy in order to restore your nice girl persona.
So Kim Cattrall's insane, is what you're saying.
That she says there was a lot of bad blood.
Okay, no
filming
matter
Sex
what
and
it
the
is,
City.
you can't respond like that to I'm really sorry for your loss. Much love. You can't. We're all going to see you're a celebrity. We're all going to see it. She's a lunatic. And the money was she was a lunatic anyway, and that's why there's no Sex and the City 3, because Kim Cattrall's a lunatic that wants all sorts of crazy perks to do the show. But this cinches it for me. That's just hurtful and mean. You know, because she does, her words are attached to a loss. It's a dead younger person that shouldn't be dead. And she's mad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I wonder, what does Kim Cattrall allege happened? Because if she was a bad person, then at least say.
Quit the show then. If she's somebody, was she beating her? What are you making $50,000 a week that she's doing to you? What does she do? She stays in her dressing room like other stars, although they say that's Kim's gig.
Well,
it's
the
lunacy.
show ended. Then they had the movie. Then they had the other movie. And then Kim said no to a third movie.
Right.
So maybe something happened on the set of the season.
I'm sure 1,000 things happened on the set. 1,000 things happened on the set of the Partridge Family. 1,000 things. God, I have to go back so long. 1,000 things happened on Chips. 1,000 things happen on Happy Days. People get mad. You're stuck in a room together 12 hours a day for 10 years sometimes. That's craziness. And it's mean-spirited. And I refuse to talk to her anymore.
At the box office, 50 Shades Freed did pretty well.
No.
So did Peter Rabbit and 1517 to Paris. Now, as expected.
All the movies that we said were garbage, right?
Yep.
I don't think we said Peter Rabbit was garbage. I said we wouldn't go.
50 Shades Freed was expected to be number one, despite the fact the reviewers said
Yeah. Rotten.
38.8 million at the box
Jeez.
office. Here, internationally, almost 100 million.
Just to see Dakota Johnson's Johnson?
Peter Rabbit at number 2, 25 million.
Jeez.
And the 1517 to Paris did 13. Now, they hadn't expected that to do well, like numbers-wise, but that did pretty well.
Who makes a movie they don't expect to do well numbers-wise?
When analysts look at the box office, they can tell who is trending to be number one.
So the intention was to make money.
It wasn't when they wrote the script
Yeah.
like,
So
well, this
this'll
is
do
going to be
okay.
mediocre.
Well, no, they do small films all the
Sure.
time, like that Phantom Stitch or whatever it is. Nobody's going to like run out to see that Daniel Day-Lewis's Goodbye movie. It's not going to do big money, but everybody knew that.
I think it was once the movie was done,
There's a
the
lot of-
experts said this is probably not going to make
Maybe
a
they
ton
should have
of
put
money.
experts as the cast.
Right.
Let's take a look at sports.
Sports
brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY, 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Something very special happened in the Olympics today. American figure skater Mirai Nagusa became the third woman ever to land a triple axel at the Olympics.
Wow.
Now,
But that does not automatically mean you win, right?
No, I mean, how does it not sway a judge?
Yeah, but that happens all the time. First one to ever do anything, but he doesn't do the rest of the course that great.
Yeah, and she had some problems in her routine and tripped up a little bit, but nailing that is certainly impressive.
Right,
there's
super impressive,
Only
but
been a
one-
few other people ever to do it.
One doesn't mean the other. She
You're
didn't
right.
necessarily. You can't say, "Oh, that girl's got."
They
a gold
don't just
medal.
throw the gold at you right
because
there
you
on
did
the
a
ice.
double whammy Sauco.
Exactly.
The U.S. women secured a bronze, but she is alongside Midori Ito, who landed the jump at 92, and Mao Asada, who did it in 2010 and 2014, both skating for Japan.
Oh, okay. Because our guy did something that's never been done before, right? The triple whammy. Thing.
That was the wasn't
The
that
girl.
our girl.
It had been done by two other people, but
She
it's
is
really
the third
rare.
member.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then of course they don't get the gold medal automatically. I've been misled, I feel.
American figure skater Mirai Nagusa became the third woman to land a triple axel at the Olympics.
All right, then.
And they don't throw the bronze at her either for being the
'Cause that
third
could hurt.
person.
Have you seen those medals?
Yeah.
Craziness.
All right, a lot of action has been happening at the Olympics. Derek, what are the medal standings now?
Right now in the total medal count, Norway is leading the pack with 9. Germany, Netherlands, and Canada tied for second with 7. And we are in right behind them with 4.
USA! USA!
Well, we haven't done our events yet, have we? Like
Right,
every
yeah.
event we do that's a bitchin' American event, we've won.
Yeah,
Like that.
when it comes to gold medals, Germany has 4, Netherlands has 3, and we're tied with a bunch of other countries with 2 gold medals.
When do we get to Olympic
By the way,
couch sitting? Because I'm pretty sure we dominate
I'm
that.
surprised to say this, but at least 2/3 of this farting is Paul. I'd like you to know that in case you're going, they're really going over there. So it's me and Paul together.
Yeah.
Lastly, a place in Oregon is making news for something unusual on the golf course. The Retreat and Links at Sylvie's Valley Ranch announced a new 7-hole golf club, what do you call it? Course.
Yeah.
And their caddies will be goats.
That's bitching. Why? Do all the golfers swear a lot?
They said we're going to redefine both goat and golf operations, so you will be able to have goats be your caddy.
And they can eat along the way. I'm a fan. Although, what is the burden on these goats? Golf clubs weigh a lot.
Isn't that their job? Don't they carry stuff? No, that's a...
No, they do.
Fox.
They use them as
They
pack
do.
animals. Yeah,
Okay.
they
These
can carry
goats
food.
as pack animals?
Yeah.
Where?
At the golf course. Danny, aren't you listening?
The golf course for sure.
Because I know the yaks or llamas or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Where else?
They
The
have
mom's
some
house.
pretty sturdy breeds of goats.
Yeah, they can carry my golf clubs. All right,
Yes.
well, it's in the news. I guess they can. I don't know why you'd make a llama do it. Go to all that hassle to get enlightened and then have to carry golf clubs.
In Boise, Idaho, they have the North American Pack Goat Association.
Well, there
Whoa.
you
Who
go,
knew?
man.
Thank you,
Thank
Derek.
you.
Want to remind you guys to get your tickets now for our 3rd annual Whiskey Rocks. It is under a month away, and each year it sells out, so make sure to get your tickets. It's happening March 10th inside the Terrace Club at Safeco Field. You pointed this out when we were talking about this before. There's something about being inside Safeco, but kind of by yourself.
I know it sounds weird. There's something very special about being in Safeco Field when there's not a baseball game
Yep.
going.
Yeah.
The whole field's empty. All the bases. It's weird. It's like you think they're going to cover it up or do something. It's right there.
Yeah.
Bright lights
It's
are
amazing.
shining on it. You can sit. The chairs, the seats are open. You can go
Yep.
and sit down.
Yeah.
And you can drink a shot of whiskey or whatever you want and then go sit. It's pretty amazing.
You feel like you're doing something wrong,
Yes.
like in a good way.
Well said,
Yeah.
Paul.
I thought I was in trouble when last year
Yeah.
when I went out there, like we're not supposed to be here, right? Nope, they're totally cool with it. In addition to that, there's whiskey and bourbon from around the world. So get your tickets now, whiskeyrocksnw.com.
All right. Well, we've had pack goats. What else can we have? I don't know. I got to go. So Steve Slayton is coming right up. He's going to play a lot of classic rock for you because that's just what he does. We will get out of his way. So bye.
This traffic report is brought to you